He comes from a lineage of great sages, yogis, and saints from India. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 and was fully realized by the age of 14. During this time, he delved into different practices and acquired mastery over Tantra, Mantra. He comes from a lineage of great sages, practices, and yaksha sadhana, yogis, and saints from India. He was a siddha and many masters, saints. He began his spiritual journey at the age of 7 in solitude to gain wisdom and guidance, and was fully realized by the age of 14. Guidance from him since the tender age. Although he has been helping humanity since childhood, he never disclosed this part of him to the world, and only the advanced yogis and masters were aware of his divine presence. Only in the last 2 years he chose few people from the world and started guiding them in their spiritual paths, and those who have been closely associated with him have witnessed many miracles in his presence. Despite being a family person, he is a yogi and intends to help people entangled in this world achieve Jivan Mukti, liberation while being alive. He is truly in the world but not of the world, and if you really want to understand him, look him beyond his physical appearance and just sit with him, and you will never be the same again. In his presence you will transcend your body and mind and experience the state of Sat, absolute truth, Chit, pure consciousness, Ananda, eternal bliss. Let us fold our hands in front of his divinity and with a heart filled with gratitude and love welcome our spiritual guru, the realized soul, and our enlightened master, Guru Meenakshi Mishra.
असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहं ब्रह्मास्मि। Good evening, everyone. Here we go with the 196th Q&A session. Wow. So let's see what questions are there that are not answered yet. And let's see what unfolding comes this day. And as the tagline that we used today was, confusion leads to questions and question leads to clarity. So let's see if there are confusions or if there are questions. And let's see how we can bring the clarity to that. So, Sumaji, go ahead.
Yeah, Suma, please unmute yourself.
Pranam Deva.
Pranam.
First of all, I don't know whether I can question on this or not also, but because it has come in my mind, I'm just asking. If I'm not supposed to, then please forgive me. I know because our reach is limited and so divine is unlimited and his acts are beyond our thinking, but still because it has come up, I'm just asking. So because to ask itself, I'm shivering. I don't know why.
That's what I say. Confusion leads to question.
Yeah. So this is about Sati Deva actually. So recently I started watching that. So and then I did not read Shiva Purana or anything. So I don't know exactly. I know only bits and pieces of Sati and then Parvati Ka Vai. So in that they are saying like Sati is actually she is Adishakti who is separated from Shiva, and then she is born as a human, and then so now she is like a human and she don't remember that she is Sati, and then completely she behaves as a human.
Okay.
And then Shiva waits for her till she becomes like realizes that she is the Adishakti, like वैसा दिखा रहे हैं. But here मेरा doubt क्या ये है ना कि she is goddess and she is the creator of this whole entire universe. And then if she is coming as a human, will she forget completely?
Okay.
That is the first question. Okay, that she is a divine करके वो completely forget करेगी क्या करके. And then second one is if God is coming in the like a human or in something like that, then like the life which they lead. So will on what basis will it will be designed? Like because humans को हम बोलते हैं like karma के if they are not in the sadhana path or anything, they will say as per the karma it will go. So because in that serial most of the time I saw her crying. And so I was like she is माँ है and वो इतना रो रही तो उनको देख के मुझे माँ why are you crying करके like I don't know because this has happened way before I know but still it felt like it showed like she is completely ignorant like she is completely ignorant and then that's why all those things and then third one is um, Shiva ko pata hai, and then he tried to stop her, but still she goes to the yajna and everything. And then if Daksha was brought into back to life, then why isn't she brought into back to life?
Okay.
Because he was giving her training to realize that she is Adishakti, and then like then finally she can be with Shiva forever. Karke. Like he started giving the training, and then she goes for that Daksha yajna. That's what they showed. I don't know exactly what that is correct or not, but that's what they were showing. And if it is like that, then anyhow she is in that process. Then why she needed to leave her body, and then again she has to come as Parvati, and then why she has to do all that thing? Like why can't she be in this one and did this one? Like why she was not brought into life? And so many other things are also there, but
Okay.
no, it is not a questioning or anything about the creators ka this thing or anything. It's like curiosity or something has generated. Like I don't know what to say. Also,
Okay. So the question again goes to the entire Leela that we speak of. A question not only the form of Adishakti, there is a deeper question that is hidden within that. The question is, if the goddess herself, when she comes, she forgets and she has to suffer, what about us? And even Shiva could not save her, then who would save us? This is actually the deeper question that is lurking in our head. And that's how we took the name of Sati. But can you see, when you look at this from this aspect of that, I see it from the other aspect of it. I believe like you will have this confusion. That's why Sati has shown that path already. Kya ho sakta hai? What happens to you? What exactly it is? Because majorly, we again look at the divinity as a human being. The concept that we look at as a human being. We say that she is Adi Shakti, then we believe she died. That itself is so childish, yes or no? हम कहते हैं वो आदि शक्ति है लेकिन उसको रोते हुए मैं देखती हूँ तो मैं कहती हूँ वो माँ क्यों रो रही है So you should first of all know like if she is Adi Shakti, can she cry, can she be happy, can she be burnt? जब आत्मा को ही नहीं जलाया जा सकता तो उनका क्या? So now, so these are the confusions that come up and the question that you have asked. So considering the question that you have asked, let's dive into that a little bit, dive deeper so that because these things they have come up so many times in different ways, but people still have that query, right? So it is a good opportunity and कैसे भी अभी नवरात्र आने वाले हैं. So quite a good question to start with. Rather, I would say like we should just demolish all our negativity in that way, like Sati was demolished and then rebirth in during this Navaratra kind of thing, that we can even look into that form of sadhana that I believe in. So considering
sorry to interrupt you, Deva, just one more, because I have read some other stories like Kanika Parameswari and all, like even though
okay,
they were born as humans, but when the time has come, when her father was crying for her, then she tells him like, no, I am the Adishakti who has come as your daughter because you have asked for that boon. So when they are know that they are like here in this case, why she didn't know like and why she was like, so that was also because I was relating to because
Got it.
yeah.
In this case, do you know like Daksha already knew that who she is?
Yeah. And still he ignores that and he just don't want that to happen. And then
Right.
and
So
he
these,
actually they say
if
like
you,
he did the tapas for that one that she has to be born as a sister. And then again so
it might be something like she has to give a knowledge to Daksha as well. So see, there are many aspects to that, but I will stick to the question that you are asking. Because here, even Daksha knows that, Shiva knows that, everybody knows that. But as we, as mature people, let's say for small kids are doing something, play or something, we make our own selves appear as them and we do that and we teach them, oh, you do this acting, that acting. Knowing it is not the truth, yet we do that. So, but we will not go in that way. Rather, I will stick to the question that you have asked. So let me ask you the very profound question that comes up is like, why did Sati, who was none other than Adi Shakti herself, forgot her true nature and suffer like just the human being that we suffer, isn't it? And then at times it may also, the question comes is, if she was Shakti, why did she go through the pain, humiliation, longing, and even finally the self-immolation, whatever she went through? Why could she go all these things? What could be the reason behind that? So that is very simply the first question that you asked, how could she forget? Now, if you look at that in the form of a divine Leela, jaise we are teaching a kid to write certain aspects, or let's say I'm teaching a kid who is learning the ABCD of that. Do I sit with it and start writing words and they say, okay, read this word and this is A in that, this is B in that, this is C in that? We don't do that. We also try to forget certain things and become like the child to teach them the way they are. Okay. So when it comes to the divine Leela that has been designed, when Shakti takes a human form, आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा. When Shakti will take a human form, she does so not out of helplessness, but absolutely part of divine Leela. When people ask me like, he is all powerful Shiva and she is all powerful Adi Shakti, then why this? And I say they are all powerful, they can even choose to be powerless. Because they are all powerful, they can choose to be powerless. Just like us, we are all powerful, yet we have forgotten and appearing as helpless beings out here. Yes or no? So if we, even if you think as you are a small little Atman far away from the Adi Shakti, just think of what all things we do as a drama in life. Then what kind of drama would she do when she is in this world? So it's like the first kind of school that was established where she started doing all that. But let's look at from that, like from the way of a Leela as a divine cosmic play. Just like Vishnu incarnates as Ram and Krishna and acts like a human being, bound, he is also bound by hunger, pain, and tears. Yes or no? In the same way, Sati, as the daughter of Daksha, she also accepted the limitation of human birth, just as we have accepted the limitations of human birth. Because the moment you took the birth as a human, you started living like a human, not like anything else. So you have accepted certain qualities in that. The similar way she also accepted when he took this human form, she accepted that limitations that comes along with it. And in her case, it would not be ignorance, it would not be forgetfulness, but rather I can say that it is a self-chosen veil, Maya, to show the world that the path of love and devotion and sacrifice, ये सब चीजों को सिखाने के लिए वो जानबूझ के ये माया करते हैं. For example would be Dhritarashtra. He was blind from childhood, but Gandhari,
She
She
told
tied
Shruti.
it, the
Hmm.
blindfold. So when you tie your eyes with blindfold by knowing it, this is not called as ignorance,
Hmm.
but it is a choice. Why did Gandhari choose like that? She has a motive behind that. Okay, so
Hmm.
whenever my husband is just like that, so she started behaving in the same way.
Hmm.
Rather, she could have taken the other way around. She could have said, see, he does not have eyes, I have eyes, let me guide him. But she
Hmm.
chose the other path. Can you see in that choice
Hmm.
that we all have? Similarly, the goddess, the Adi Shakti herself, she chose this veil of Maya to show the world कि सत्य में डिवोशन क्या होता है, सैक्रिफाइस का मीनिंग क्या होता है और प्रेम क्या होता है, ये सारे चीजों को समझाने के लिए कहीं ना कहीं ये लीला की गई. Then, okay, so if she took over the veil by her own, then why did she suffer? Because when we look at her, especially the way she is portrayed, if you look at her, she, as you said, Sati was always sad, Sati was always crying.
It was shown there like that. That's what
Yeah,
I
it
was
is shown.
saying.
That's what I say. It is always shown in that way.
Yeah.
If now just think of if Shakti had remembered her divinity at every moment, उसको हर क्षण याद रहता, her life would have been no meaning for us humans. Don't you think so? अगर उसको हमेशा याद रहता कि वो आदि शक्ति है और आदि शक्ति की तरह ही रहती, do you know what would have happened? You would have never known Sati. Just like you didn't understood आदि शक्ति. क्योंकि आदि शक्ति का स्वरूप अलग है, उनका व्यवहार अलग है, उनके तरीके अलग है. We don't understand her. And in order to make us understand, she took that form in the form of Sati. And then she also started giving all those kind of, just like a mother teaches to the kid. And she passes on the knowledge that she has. Similarly, she took out all these things and she might have, I could put it in this way. If we look at her, the way as Sati looks, if we look at her, we would say that she is a Devi. Then how can she suffer? So how can she understand our pain if she did not suffer? Is that the way that she also suffered so that she can understand you better? Have you even ever thought in that way? Just like somebody who has been hungry, he understands the hunger better. So how about the Leela that she was creating, that the upcoming humans that are coming out of her will go through all these things? She wanted to go through that. Just like if I give you a classical example, you would all understand. When a kid comes into this world, he is entering into the Martyaloka, a loka that is filled with pain and all the drama of this world. But the mother first goes through the pain before the child does. Yes or no? So that indicates what? Even before the child got birth and took the form of this human to understand what is happening in this world, before that, the mother was the one who took the pain. How about that? How about Sati actually went through all that so that she could understand what design, what plan is going to unfold for all of us? Have you ever thought in that way?
Actually, that also crossed my mind. Like, do you really love us that much that you are going through all these things so that you can, like I don't know, like that feel also I cannot express. Sometimes I got even by
Yeah,
looking at Shiva also, like, how can you be like so benevolent, so grateful for our sake? You were going through this much pain and
that's
uh,
that's what it could be the same way, right? It could be the same way, like she actually took all the so that she can understand us better. By taking on the human like emotions, because you saw like she was crying and she was all sad and all those things. By taking on this like these emotions that we human generally carry, it was like the longing for Shiva, facing rejection from her father, struggling to uh, connect back to from where she came from, divine love that she had. she becomes the mirror of our struggles actually. If you look at Sati, don't you think all the things that she goes through is somehow or other we also go through the same things? And when we all go through all that, we are also running, we are also waiting like, when will this drama get over and I should reach back to the place from where I came from? So I look at Sati as if she was one of the mirrors through which I see my struggles, or we all can see our struggles. And one thing I can know, if she is Adi Shakti, her suffering will never be weakness. It would never be weakness. It must be compassion. जैसे आपने कहा कि शिव को देखे तो ऐसा लगता है कि how can you be so compassionate? How can you be so benevolent? That's what we keep on saying, isn't it? So how compassionate she must be, that she, before creating us, she walked the path first and left pathways for us to follow. But in a deeper meaning, if I look at that, like how does Sati forgot everything? Sati forgetting herself is just like us. How? Just like Sati forgotten herself, the soul, the Jivatma, is forgetting its entire identity as one with Shiva or the Paramatma. हम भी बिल्कुल उसी सती की तरह हैं जो अपने स्वरूप को भूल चुके हैं. तो सती कोई और नहीं, हमारे तरह एक आत्मा है जो परमात्मा से बिछड़ गया है और ये सोचता है कि परमात्मा कहीं दूर है. Right? So in that way, just like Sati, we are also trapped in family bonds, in social expectations, ego. In this case, ego would be the example in the form of Daksha. And the pain that Sati went through, it teaches, it should teach us something, right? So it would teach us that until we renounce the false pride, the world, that is Daksha and his ego, the soul will keep suffering. सती ने दक्ष के लिए शिव को छोड़ के आया. And Daksha is the epitome of ego. Knowing who Shiva is, he never accepted him. Knowing who Shiva is, he fought. Knowing who Shiva is, he tried even to do a yajna even without calling him. So what is Daksha here? Daksha here is no one else but the ego. So when we are talking about the ego and Sati, can you see? She left the divinity running behind the ego. So when the soul who has forgotten itself in that form and runs towards the ego and is obsessed by that ego, leaving the divine behind, it has to burn. Don't we burn in this world? Don't we all go through the same kind of pain and problems that we face? So that is where so how could be the liberation happen? Once the ego has been taken care of, once the ego is destroyed somehow, then the Jivatma would again connect back. So that is the way it is, like the soul will keep suffering, the ego is always attached to that. But in the way she immolized herself, so the self-immolation that happened is not a defeat. We might think like, oh, wo haar gayi isliye jal gayi. No, it was not a defeat. It is the soul burning away. I look at it in that way. The soul burning away all the worldly identity that she had to completely unite with the Shiva once again. Just that, so she goes back and just connects with it. But here, one thing that we have to remember is, even though she forgot, did Shiva forgot her?
No.
It is so, like, even if we don't think in these lines. So even though she forgot everything, she ran behind ego, but Shiva never forgot, because he knew she was Shakti, the eternal half of Shiva. And this is the eternal truth. The soul might have forgotten the Shiva. The Shiva has never forgotten the soul, because the soul is the eternal part of Shiva itself.
And whenever she required, he came for her rescue, and
Absolutely, every time he
so
appeared.
he appeared for her. So it reminds us like he is there for us in every like.
So the eternal truth that none of us can deny is the soul may forget the God, but the God will never forget the soul. And her return as Parvati, जैसे आपने कहा कि वो फिर से आई ना, her return as Parvati shows that the soul, after suffering and purification, always and always and always will find its way back to its eternal source, its home.
But why was she was not brought back as Sati only there? Because she knows at the time she has given her Adishakti darshan also to everybody, and then she um, means like she sacrifices herself. Right? Then when Daksha was born back to life, then why can't she like why what is the like internal meaning behind that? Like why he
Very
was not
simple. So look at that. When I said like Sati self-immolized herself, I said she burnt down all the worldly things that she had. In the case of Sati, like in the case of Daksha, it was Chedana, means it was severed.
seven?
But in
Yeah.
the case of this case, she burnt the entire body.
Mm.
So can you see? It looks quite very difficult to even digest. But the extremes is what makes her. You look at her when she is Sati, she is all Saumya, Shant.
Mm.
And when she is Kali, she is absolutely the opposite of that. So she is in that extreme spaces. So Sati did not truly forgot her divinity. She actually veiled it, एक पर्दा डाल के आई जैसा, so that she can teach us and she could understand what we have to go through. And her pain was the teaching, that I can say. Her sacrifice was the path. Her rebirth as Parvati was the assurance that no soul is ever lost, is never forgotten by the Lord. So, here in case of Sati, we have to understand that how the way the Maya is done, that we look at it with awe. But just think of, if all these things did not happen, Sati married Shiva, end. What did you learn? They say like when you are in this Martya Loka, you will go through all that. The moment the realization happens that the soul has separated itself from the divine, look at us what happens to us in that moment. That very moment is the moment when actually Sati realized, oh my God, what I have done. I have come for the ego, forgetting the divine. And in that moment, when we as a soul, we start realizing that we have forgotten the divine for being in this world, we start burning, yes or no. The burning is not the fire outside. It is also said, Sati अपने अपने आप को दहा कर लेती है. She created the fire and she burned in herself. She did not jump into that fire what was burning. लोग कहते हैं कि उसमें कौन सी अग्नि उसे जला सकती है बताओ.
No.
So the fire that is within, हम वही कहते हैं जो हम तपस कहते हैं, तपस्या. जब आप किसी भी तरीके का तपस्या करते हो, इट इज लाइक सेल्फ इमोलेशन. When you are so much burning to be with that divine, that everything else burns down within you. The world that you was once everything for you burns down. The identity that you had within yourself burns down. The attachments that you have gone all burned down. All the dreams that you thought of having in the future, all that burns down. Yes, exactly, Abhaj, yoga agni. So वो कुछ और नहीं है. So all the things, when these things are burning down, what is happening? The soul is actually detaching itself from all the attachments so that it can directly, the moment this time it falls into the fire. Now let me remind, in our culture, we all will be burnt. And I am happy that Shiva did not retook Sati in that form. Why? Because that assures me that this time when I burn this body, Shiva will take me home. I will not again come back to be here in this moment because I have burnt too much. Now, in this life, if you'd live two lives at the same time, one of Sati and one of Parvati, how can you live both? One of Sati means you, all these years when you were in this world and you started looking into it and started burning within yourself.
Yeah.
What happened? There was one fine time. Either it has come for all of us or it might show up any moment that you say, I don't need all these things anymore. What happens that very moment when you discard all that? It's like you have burned down all the attachments that you had. And now, once that burning has gone, you go mad in that space, right? You say, why I am even doing all these things when I know that the divine has not forgotten me? That's like you burning again and again. But in the same moment, the very next moment, you can realize that even though I have burning, even though I have forgotten, now I remember him. And recently there was a movie, Kannappa, right?
Mm.
So one statement, the first or 2-3 minutes I was seeing where like Yvonne was watching that. So I saw in that moment, he says that one small little kid throws a stone at
Mm.
Shiva, saying that you
Mm.
are just a pashan, you are just a stone.
Mm.
He throws a stone towards Shiva and Shiva catches that stone.
Mm.
And then Parvati asks, why are you catching that stone? He's throwing stones at you. He's not giving you Bel Patra that you are happy.
Mm.
Then he says one beautiful statement. He says, it does not matter whether he offered me a Bilva Patra or he threw a stone at me. While throwing, he was remembering me. That's why I caught hold of it. Now just think of that space. Think of that, how beautiful that would be. कि उसने बेलपत्र चढ़ाया या पत्थर फेंका, पत्थर फेंकने के समय भी वो मुझे याद कर रहा था, इसलिए मुझे वो एक्सेप्ट है. That's what I say. When you are burning within your own self, that very moment, the moment you hold yourself and say, oh, ho, so I have forgotten all these years, that's why I was burning. But now, let me sit here and meditate like Parvati and achieve you. And that's how you live both the lives. When you are in the world, you will keep on burning. And at the same time, when you are walking on the path of spirituality, you will always be remembered back and you will sit calm, quiet, and do your sadhana. And that's how you make sure this life would be the last. So, what is that learning? What is the teaching? देखो, जब शिव बैठता है सिखाने तो शिव की तरह सिखाएगा. और जब आदि शक्ति आती है ना दिखाने, तो वो भी वैसे ही आएगी. It is not just like we humans that they will do a small little, अच्छा आज रो लिए, कल हंस लिए, परसों और कुछ कर लिए. No, they will be completely immersed into that. और अगर उसमें नहीं आते, how is it even possible to do that? And why that day? I still see Sati burning. I still see Parvati doing the sadhana. I still see Shiva waiting. Or else, why the door was opened and I denied it and I came back is the question here. Why was the divine denied? At least I am happy no one is Daksha here. So what do you say now, Sumaji? Why did Sati appear in that way?
So is it considered as avatar of Adishakti? Can we consider like that?
You can consider that way, absolutely. See, she was saying that the avarana, the kanchukas, the what do you call as the sheath, the veils, the more and more it is there, right? So you have to remove that. And why it takes so much of difficulty at our end also to even realize the divine is because with every birth we have taken one more sheath, one more sheath, one more sheath. That's why it takes so much of it. We are using all the kinds of instruments available. वो चाहे ज्ञान का मार्ग हो, चाहे ध्यान का मार्ग हो, चाहे भक्ति का मार्ग हो, चाहे मुक्ति का मार्ग हो, सारे मार्ग को लेके हम चल रहे हैं कि पता नहीं इतने जन्मों का वो थिकनेस है, like we have to cut it down. And that's how we are cutting it down one by one by one by one by one. However, Shiva simply says one thing. You can sit down and cut down on everything that you can. Or you can throw a stone at me, remembering me. So what would you do?
This sounds easy, Nadeva.
And more than that, what if I don't throw the stone, I throw myself?
Myself, yeah.
Don't you think that would have been the exact situation when I was standing at that mountain? He said, just throw yourself. I'll catch hold of you. That's what I say. So be ready. Not to just throw water, flower, and belvapatra and stones and all those things. This time throw yourself completely to it. He will catch hold of you. अगर एक पत्थर सोचो, पत्थर का कोई अस्तित्व नहीं है, हम ये मानते हैं. There is no life in a stone. But when a person remembered the God and threw a stone towards him, he caught hold of him. Just think of. पत्थर से तो मतलब भक्त बड़ा कोई हो ही नहीं सकता था उस जगह पे. और उससे बड़ा अगर भाग्य के हिसाब से देखो तो उससे बड़ा भाग्यशाली नहीं. फेंका कोई और, पकड़ा कोई और.
Yeah.
And that's where I say, that's the power of somebody who believes that whatever I throw towards him will be caught. What are you throwing?
Myself.
So what else you could?
So Satika avatar is to, it's like she is like to
It's
teach us.
absolutely a divine Leela. She came here to teach us. She took the pain before us so that she can understand what we will go through. She became the guideline. She says, like, all these things are going to come to you, my child, but I'm teaching you upfront. Look at me, learn from me. And who could be a better teacher than the mother itself?
So did Daksha do the means like that sadhana to get her as a daughter for this purpose? Or like,
Absolutely.
and then he after she was born, he like he just ignored that part. Like for what he did that
I'll
penance
tell
or
you one
something.
thing. See, very quite worldly thing. Even we will make all the sense and you will understand. We pray to God for a child. Let's say majority of the parents pray to God for a child, right?
Mm.
The moment the child is born, we say we take over. Now our child will become what I want. What's that? What is
Ignorance.
that? Did you got the simple answer for that? कि हम भगवान को जाके हाथ जोड़ते, हे प्रभु, एक घर में एक दीपक जले, एक द मोमेंट इट कम्स हम बोले ये हमारा है. एंड उसके बाद तू यही स्कूल में पढ़ेगा, तू यही करेगा, जो मैं चाहता तू वही करेगा. वी फॉरगॉट को कोई था. दैट्स गॉन. एंड नाउ just think of, the kid says, I'm not talking about this family because you are extremists. If your child says, I want to become a yogi and go into the forest and leave everything, how many of you would agree?
Happy.
ए देखो, कुछ लोग बहुत एक्सट्रीम है, कुछ लोग नहीं मान सकते इस चीज को. दैट्स व्हाट आई से. सब पता है, सब कहते हैं उसके मर्जी से होता है, सब कुछ उसी का है. और जैसे ही बच्चा बोलता है, आई हैव गॉन थ्रू द सेम थिंग, डोंट वरी. So the moment you think of renouncing everything, catch hold of it. नहीं नहीं, तू नहीं जा सकता. Exactly that what was the condition of Daksha. It is not just the ego. It was his attachment towards Sati, that he did not wanted his child to go through the pain because he knew that Shiva lives in this way. Who would give that? आप जिससे बेहद प्रेम करते हो, क्या आप उसको जंगल भेज दोगे? जब प्रेम आसक्ति बन जाती है तो और भयंकर रूप धारण करती है. यू आर रेडी टू फाइट विथ एनीवन, बट यू विल नॉट लेट इट गो.
But despite Brahma and all means like reminding me again and again, still he was like that. So does it come as ignorance, Deva? Like,
Very
or
good.
what?
I also keep on reminding you every Wednesday, Tuesday, Sundays, and you still don't remember that. I don't have forehead, that's a different story. But I also keep on reminding you all. Do you agree to that? You won't. बेचारे हरि भाई 5 साल से बैठे हुए वो कुर्सी के ऊपर, बोलो अभी तक नहीं सुधर रहे हो. So what should we do? But that is where the pain will convert itself into a play when you know the game. अब क्या हो गया है? What is the only difference that has happened? चीजें वैसे ही चल रही हैं, but now you know the game, and when you know the game, you don't panic. Now we have understood all the drama, what's going on. हाँ, कभी कभी उसके साथ थोड़ा देर चले जाते, फिर पकड़ लेते अपने आप को, वापस आ जाते. It just like the small little kid. I remember this in this way. When I was a kid, when the flood waters come, river में जब बाढ़ आती है ना, I jump into the river also. That time also I used to swim. The moment I jump, then I saw the water is too speedy. Then I will turn around somehow to come up onto the. फिर वही किनारे पे कैसे कैसे भी करके किनारे पे आ जाना. What was that? That's exactly what you people are doing. When I remember my childhood, I say, oh, you are doing all the same thing. The only thing I was jumping into the river, you are jumping into the world. So you jump, and when the world tries to take you away, and suddenly you remember, oh, I should not get like that. Let me come back. कार्य सब एक ही कर रहे हैं. Ways are different. Got it? और कुछ?
That's when they were so like the Daksha and all are humans. So उनको like usually we say our life is based on the karma. Then अगर वो सृष्टि का beginning में है तो वो उसका कर्मा कैसा आएगा? Then
Beautiful.
from where does all these ego and all those like jealousy, all those things
Very good.
कैसा आएगा देवा in the first
Very good. What a wonderful way of understanding it. देखो पहले whatever goes away from the truth is false. But let me give you a very simple classical worldly example जो शायद clarity लेके आ जाए आपके लिए. Have you seen movies? Do you see movies, or you used to see movies, whatever way? अब सोचो जो एक्टर पहली बार मूवी में आया है और उसको डायरेक्टर ने एक रोल दिया गरीबी का. The actor will act as per his past karma or what the director said.
Director said.
That means there is a storyline. So you don't even need a karma to go through this. Karma was introduced later. Why was karma introduced? Why was death introduced? All these things will come into the understanding of yours when again we define like why all these things came into existence altogether. जैसे मृत्यु नहीं था तो काली को प्रकट किया गया कि अगर मृत्यु नहीं होगा then how would the creation go? So that's why. And if the creation has to go, and that's what would happen to that soul. If he again connects back to the source, there would be no drama continuing. तो क्या किया जाए? कर्म डालो. So मृत्यु और जन्म. अच्छा जन्म कैसे लेगा फिर से? Automatic mode. Karma is the auto mode. Do you see that? And that's how it continues on its own. जैसे the moment you started taking breath, you don't sit and think about breathing. You just breathe. It's on auto mode. The moment it stops, it stops. The creation is just like that. It was once started and it is rolling on its own. The design of the divine. That's what I call it.
So initially when the means like creation has not creation actually when the humans were created, then at that time itself all these like क्या बोलते हैं ego, ईर्ष्या, like all these things are like a package based दिया गया देवा क्या?
Absolutely. Or else just think of, you remember I said a statement, shadow appeared when light appeared. or else there was no shadow. Now think of Shiva separating himself into so many things, distributing himself into so many things. That means all the pain that you feel, would you be feeling? You won't agree to that, but if I say if you have 53 trillion cells in your body and if the cell is having a pain, do you feel that or not? Despite you even knowing that what happened to that, despite you even knowing what that cell is doing, despite even knowing what the cell is there or not, but you feel the pain, you feel the pleasure, you feel everything what the cell is going through. How do you do that? Now look at this. The Atman to be the Shiva, and this body, the accumulation is the world. And the cell not knowing the Atman is the Maya. And the cell living its own way is the way the world runs. It comes, it regenerates, gives birth, dies. What the humans are doing? If I delete all the drama from all our lives, now tell me what's left. A human took birth, lived, died,
Right.
just like the cell. The divine is not away. It's here right now, in you, as you. Denying, you are not. इसे माया नहीं कहोगे तो क्या कहोगे? So, what the question? So, can you see all the question that you ask Shiva, he can reflect it back to you. Can ask the same questions.
So how should we understand this point? Like he asked Shiva Sati not to go again and again, means like he says to her so many times, don't go, don't go, don't go. करके. फिर भी she goes, right? So they were, and he knows that if she goes, she will not be coming back, and she will be remonstrating herself. Still, he tries to stop her, but still she goes. So this हमारे life में, if we have to implement this one, like हमारे लाइफ की तरफ से लेना है तो कैसे we have to.
Now, when you look at the case where Shiva tries to stop her, many people only see one aspect to that. There is another aspect to that, which generally people forget to see. Someday, one person, I still remember a few years ago, he was doing a, मतलब तर्क करते हैं ना कुछ लोग, तो कहते हैं कि तो मेरे साथ तर्क कर रहे थे, तो मतलब कुछ पूछे, हमने आंसर दिया तो उसको तर्क पे ले लिया. तो उन्होंने कहा कि अगर शिव को सब कुछ पता था तो फिर सती को रोका क्यों नहीं, और रोकने की कोशिश किया, क्या उसके पास उतनी शक्ति नहीं थी कि वो रोक नहीं पाया? That was the question that was pushed forth. So I simply smiled at the ignorance of the people, because I think you don't know what Shiva is all about. The stopping of Shiva was not really stopping Sati, but to remind her who she is. Did you all forgot that when Shiva tried to stop her, she took all the different avatars from all the different distances, wherever Shiva wanted to stop her, she did not allow.
Actually, she makes a promise also, like you should not stop me, and then like if something happens to me, after happening only you have to come. Before that, you should not come to rescue me also करके वो वैसे दिखाया था उसमें actually.
I believe like we also gave the same promise to Shiva. Don't come to rescue us until we did complete our all drama and devastations that we can
My
do.
question is like he's stopping her. Uh, हम उससे क्या सीखना है हमको like
Did you saw like he was stopping her, and when he tried to stop her, Sati actually took a huge form of her own self. वो अपने स्वरूप में आ जाती है, तुम मुझे रोक नहीं सकते. So that means what? Shiva was not just trying to stop her, but trying to remind her who she was. because he knew that again it will go to that space and forget.
Yeah, they have showed it like she says like I know you I have to realize my Adisakti Swarupa and you are making me to sit and do that one, but now I have to go for my that yagna. So
Yeah.
let me come back and then I will continue my sadhana.
No,
And
that's
then
what.
I will realize like completely who I am. But for now, let me go.
Can you
So
can you can you see that the problem that we all go through? It's exactly like the same problem that we have. So she is no one else but our own selves, or rather, we are no one else but the same space that she is, or she has portrayed herself in. So every aspect of our life is actually the mirroring of the same things. We also say, oh God, no, don't worry now. I have too many things to do in the world. Let me complete those, then I will come to you. And don't come to take me until I have all the experiences of the world. Yes or no?
so he's stopping. Should we take it as like a reminder for us, like we have to not able to hear me there, no?
Yeah, just a little bit louder.
Okay. No. So his way of stop asking her to stop, should we take it as like as a reminder for us, like to go back
Absolutely.
to
When
them,
he,
something like that?
see, whenever you are in this worldly thing, right?
Mm.
A story, a thought, a word, might be a satsang, might be a Q&A session. It's always reminding you the same thing, right?
Mm.
माया बुलाती है जाने का नहीं. But what do? बोले बुलाती है तो कैसे नहीं जाने का, 2 मिनट के लिए जाके आती हूँ. That's how, right? So we are, and you know what, Sumaji, like the best thing I love about all these stories, when I look at all those things and I see the same thing happening with me, now that actually proves that I am that. क्योंकि उसको जो जो हुआ वो सब मेरे साथ ही हो रहा है, और वो उसने जो सीखा है वो सब मैं ही सीख रहा हूँ, मैं ही जान रहा हूँ. सो दैट मीन्स देयर इज नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन दैट एंड मी. सो दैट इटसेल्फ इज अ ग्रेट रिमाइंडर दैट आई एम दैट डिवाइन इटसेल्फ. आई एम नो ह्यूमन.
And can we take it in this way, like even though she goes to Shiva, still she comes back again. She comes back, and then she. So that means like if we take it in for ourselves also, like even though we know like sometimes we go into the spiritual practices and again we come back to the world. So is it like we have to take in that way, like मिस वो रिसेम्बलेंस के बारे में बोल रही हूँ मैं.
Yes, so that's what exactly I was saying some day ago. So, Maji, like we all have seen that Parvati did so many years of tapasya to find Shiva, but Shiva is still sitting in that samadhi to make sure she does not goes away back to into this world. The eternal person, like the eternal being who is waiting for its creation to come back. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I have so much others, so I will ask next time.
So you have another question?
No. I will ask another time because so many
Okay.
hands are there. So
Okay, great.
thank you very much.
Who's next? Harivahi, just check.
Sakshi, please unmute yourself.
Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev.
So, my question is again rooted back from the same question I asked last time about Radha Krishna.
Okay.
तब उनके प्रेम के बारे में पूछा था, आज कुछ और पूछ रही हूँ.
पूछ
तो
लो फिर.
तब आपने जैसे भी बताया था, मैंने जिस तरीके से भी चीजों को देखा, फिर मेरे अंदर इस तरीके का प्रश्न उठा कि आई वांटेड टू नो कि प्रेम और मोह में क्या अंतर होता है.
वाह.
कि अक्सर लोग वहां पर ऐसे बताया गया था कि प्रेम और मोह एक ही सिक्के के दो पहलू है, और अक्सर लोग मोह को प्रेम मान बैठते हैं और उसी को मानकर बताते हैं कि हमें भगवान से ऐसा प्रेम है या हमें हमारे प्रियजनों से ऐसा प्रेम है, तो अब उनकी परिभाषा इतनी सिमिलर थी बट उसका एंड रिजल्ट बहुत डिफरेंट था। यानी दिखाई तो दोनों सेम ही दे रहे थे, बट जब कुछ चीजें घटित होती है तो उसके बाद समझ में आया कि प्रेम और मोह में क्या अंतर होता है।
ओके
तो मुझे ये जानना था कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द रियल थिंग बिटवीन दिस लव एंड मोह या अटैचमेंट जो हम बोलते हैं। एंड सेकेंड थिंग, अगर वो ये डिफरेंस जानने के बाद ऑब्वियसली जब मैं सेल्फ एनालाइज करती हूँ देन आई सी कि इन एवरी रिलेशनशिप और एवरी रिलेशन आई हैव विथ माय फैमिली और विथ माय फ्रेंड्स, कहाँ कहाँ पर ये सारी चीजें है करके, इज इट
ओके
मोह और इज इट ये चीज है। तो मेरी नेक्स्ट कोशिश यही रहती है कि कैसे मैं उस मोह को तोड़ूं और उसमें कन्वर्ट इट इनटू दैट रादर देन हैविंग जस्ट एन अटैचमेंट।
ओ
सो वही उससे जुड़ा सेकंड प्रश्न ये है कि हाउ शुड आई आइडेंटिफाई वेदर इट इज मोह वेदर इट इज लव। एंड थर्ड थिंग इज इफ आई कम टू नो दैट इट इज लव, सॉरी मोह, तो मैं उसको तोड़ के कैसे उसे प्रेम में कन्वर्ट करूं।
परिणित कर सकते हो। ओके
हाँ।
माय गॉड, उषा जी बड़े खुश हो गए क्वेश्चन से, बोले वाह क्या प्रश्न पूछा है।
एंड
हाँ,
चौथा प्रश्न कृष्ण से ही जुड़ा हुआ है। आज कोई आए थे तो उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि हमें हमेशा हमारे लाइफ में कृष्ण नीति अपनानी चाहिए। तो तब सहज ही ये चीज मेरे मन में चला, बात तो एकदम सही है कि
हम्म,
कृष्ण नीति अपनानी चाहिए। भगवत गीता में बताया गया है कि ऐसा करना चाहिए, कृष्ण ने ऐसा बताया है कि ये सारी चीजें करनी चाहिए। बट
हम्म,
कृष्ण कौन थे और हम कौन है? कृष्ण वो थे जो पास्ट प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर सब चीज वो जानते थे पहले से ही। वो जानते थे कि सामने वाला इंसान कैसे है, क्या है, भले ही किसी को समझ में आए या ना है, उनको जरूर पता चल जाता कि उसके एक्चुअल वेल क्या छुपा हुआ है उसके पीछे, या वो पर्दा लगा के घूम रहा है वो इंसान।
हम्म।
जब वो सब कुछ जानते थे, ये भी जानते थे कि देव कौन है, इंसान कौन है, राक्षस कौन है, तो उनके लिए वो सारी चीजें डिसीजन लेना, मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जब हम ये सारी चीजें जानते हैं तो शायद से वो उस वे में एक्ट करना या एक गेम के थ्रू एक्ट करना उसको बहुत इजी हो जाएगा।
आहा,
लेकिन हम जैसे लोग जो ये नहीं जान पाते, स्पेशली मैं मेरी बात करती हूँ, जो मैं नहीं जान पाती कि सामने वाले का इंसान का कैरेक्टर कैसा है, क्या है, ना ये जानती हूँ कि मेरा खुद उनका फ्यूचर क्या, मेरा खुद का फ्यूचर क्या है, ये मुझे नहीं पता। तो इस चीज को ध्यान में रखते हुए मैं कृष्ण नीति को कैसे अप्लाई करूँ?
ओ वाओ, सो कृष्ण जो हैं उनको सब कुछ पता है। ओके, सो लॉन्ग लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन। अब ठीक है, इसके बारे में बात करते हैं। तो कृष्ण का एक छोटा सा चीज बोल दे के शुरू करना चाहूंगा। जैसे आपने बोला कि कृष्ण को सब कुछ पता था, उसको पता था कि ये सामने वाला इंसान क्या है क्या नहीं है। अगर आप अपने आप को सही ढंग से देखो और पूरी दुनिया को सही ढंग से देखा जाए, एक सत्यता हम सब जानते थे कि कुछ साल पहले ये नहीं था, कुछ साल बाद ये नहीं रहेगा।
हम्म।
वो बीच में कुछ भी करे, इट वॉज नॉट देयर, इट विल नेवर बी देयर इन द फ्यूचर। एटलीस्ट इतना आपको भी पता है, हमको भी पता है कि आप
हम्म।
वहां से दिव्यता से आए हो, अभी मनुष्य रूप में हो और दिव्यता में समा जाओगे। एटलीस्ट इतना हम सबको पता है।
हम्म।
एंड मोर सिंपलर वे ऑफ नोइंग दैट इज, आर यू कॉन्शियस? Krishna is all about consciousness. If you are absolutely conscious of everything that you are doing, it will tell you what is happening there. If you are absolutely conscious of everything, आप देखे होंगे कई बार, फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑल ऑफ अस, यू गो एंड मीट ए न्यू पर्सन,
हम्म।
आप थोड़ी देर बात करते हो, एंड बिकॉज यू आर लिसनिंग टू देम फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम और यू आर मीटिंग देम फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, यू आर लिटिल बिट कॉन्शियस, आपके आर्मर्स ऑन है, यू आर नॉट just like being like with anybody like your friend, right? So when the
जी।
armors are on and you are not just believing what it is being said and you are analyzing it, don't you think
हम्म।
you get the answers like whether it should be in this way or not? ये पर्सन से कैसे डील करना चाहिए, what the intention of that person might be. हो सकता है many a times it might not be even understandable, right? So कृष्ण ने आपको उसके जैसे बनाने के लिए भगवत गीता दिया है. If you understand those, then you can live like him. At least he has given all the ways how to deal with the world, how to deal with people, how to be, and not just like a human being. क्यों भगवत गीता आज 5,000 6,000 साल पहले कहते लिखी गई थी, आज भी लोग उसको इतना ध्यान से क्यों पढ़ते हैं? बिकॉज उसके अंदर वो सारे राज लिखे हुए हैं, सारे, इट हैज given all the manuscript, all the step by step formula how to live in this world. And if I ask you what are your secrets and you start saying that okay, so this is how I do it, that's what Krishna has done. He has shared all that he knows. The only thing is, have we given that time to learn? Have we devoted ourselves to become that? And the day you become like Krishna, सारी चीजें आपको भी उसी की तरह दिखाई देने लगेंगी. So here the more important question that you came through is the first one that I would like to take. आपने 4 प्रश्न पूछे, but if I start answering the first one, it might take a session. Is it okay if I start now? It is already 10. Because जब आप प्रेम और लोभ इसकी बात करते हो, मोह का, तो मुझे लगता है उसके साथ और भी 2 चीजें आ जानी चाहिए, तो जिसके ऊपर मैं बात करना चाहूंगा. एंड यू नो व्हाट, इफ यू गो एंड सी द चैट, यहां पे जब आपने प्रश्न पूछा लोभ क्या है, प्रेम क्या है, इसके अंदर 2 मैसेजेस आ चुके हैं ऑलरेडी. Love is like natural way of loving without attachment, and moh is like attachment in loving someone. प्रेम ना मोह, प्रेम अनमोह में क्या अंतर है, इसका आंसर हमने 94th सेशन में दिया था. आभा जी को अभी भी याद है, 196th सेशन में आके भी उनको याद है कि 94th सेशन में हमने उसका आंसर दिया था. तो अगर हो सके तो जाके देख लीजिएगा उसका. बट एज वी आर हियर टुडे, लेट्स सी, जैसे जगन्नाथ जी ने लिखा है, भगवान श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं कि हमेशा नवनीत है, नवनूतन, इट्स ऑलवेज न्यू. So why not understand the same thing with a new mind, with a new way, in a new understanding? Because you are no more the same that you were at that time.
True.
Everybody okay with that if I start with it? So यहाँ पे let's start with the question that you have asked, and later on I'll add 2 more aspects to that, because वो सारे चीजों को कवर कर लेगा. So प्रेम और मोह. So as the answers were there, I would simply again say, like, the first word, that love and moh is, only difference would be love is something that you have towards it, and moh is something that is delusional, and it is like a worldly attachment. And I will not only talk about these 2, I will tell you how to identify that, how to even come out of that. I'll give you certain techniques like that you can use actually. I believe like that is more important rather than, क्योंकि मीनिंग सबको समझ में आता है, लेकिन बाहर आना, आप चाहे लाख किताबें लिख लो, बट कैन यू कम आउट ऑफ लाइफ अलाइव? You cannot. So that's where let's begin, let's dive deeper into this essence of this love and this moh. Okay? And how one pulls towards the divine and the other keeps away us in this world. तो मैं इसे ऐसे कह सकता, दो 2 currents of life, because they appear like one, right? So प्रेम सरल भाषा में समझते हैं, जो दिव्यता के तरफ ले जाए, the one that carries you towards the divine. that in me means whatever thing that expands you, that liberates you, that is unconditional. It is like from the self to the other and even the thought of dissolving into the divine. वो प्रेम हो सकता है. If मैं इंग्लिश शब्द लव नहीं लेना चाहूंगा, वहां पे प्रेम की भाषा एक अलग है यहाँ पे, तो इसे समझते हैं पहले. सो प्रेम जो है, इन दिस व्हाट हैपेंस इज व्हेन यू लव समथिंग, जब आपको किसी भी चीज से प्रेम होने लगता है, यू स्टार्ट सीइंग द डिवाइन इन एवरीवन एंड एवरीथिंग. हर किसी चीज को आपके उसमें दिव्यता देखने लगती है. एंड हियर इन दिस केस यू लव नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट यू गेट, बट बिकॉज लव इटसेल्फ फ्लोज फ्रॉम योर बीइंग. मतलब जो आपके अंदर से, मतलब इट्स सो फिल्ड विद इन यू एंड इट फ्लोज टुवर्ड्स एवरीथिंग. इट कैन बी प्रेम, इट कैन बी लव. इट्स लाइक a sattvic guna within us. So you stay with me because I will take slowly and I will go back into the center because we need to go through that way. Okay? So जैसे कहा जाता है ना, प्रेम ही परम भक्ति, भक्ति ही परम गति. मतलब अगर आप सही तरीके से प्रेम कर पाए तो वो भक्ति में परिणित हो जाती है, और भक्ति जो है वो आपको परम गति प्राप्त करवा देती है. सो दैट इज हाउ I can say, like, Radha's love towards Krishna, not bound by possessions, not even bound by the external things, not even bound by the worldly things, but the only thing that connected both of them is the eternal remembrance of each other. उसी तरीके से अगर हनुमान को भी देखा जाए, प्रेम को कई तरीके से देखा जा सकता है. जैसे हनुमान का प्रेम है राम के प्रति, लेकिन उसका जो प्रेम है वो भक्ति में परिणित हो गया है. राधा और कृष्ण का प्रेम है, लेकिन हनुमान का राम का प्रति जो है वो भक्ति भाव में परिणित हो चुका है. सर्विस विदाउट एनी एक्सपेक्टेशन. विदाउट एनी एक्सपेक्टेशन कैसे कह सकता हूं? आपको याद होगा जब अयोध्या लौट के आने के बाद जब हनुमान को एक मोती की माला दी जाती है, हनुमान ने क्या किया था? He was least bothered about those moti. He started breaking it and see whether Ram is there or not. Can you see that? That's what his way of looking at this. पहले let me talk it from a higher aspect, then I will come to the worldly aspect कि दुनिया के हिसाब से क्या है. Okay, so hold on, because नहीं तो क्या होगा जब हम सिर्फ हनुमान और राम और राधा और सीता और इन लोगों की बात करेंगे तो शायद हम समझ ना पाए. बिकॉज आपने जैसे कहा कि कृष्ण वो समय में थे, कृष्ण क्या थे हम, मुझे क्या पता, बिकॉज आई कुड नॉट बिकम लाइक दैट, राइट. सो दुनिया के हिसाब से भी समझते हैं, और थोड़े लेट मी गो लाइक इट्स लाइक ना, जैसे रेन होता है ना, इट कम्स फ्रॉम द स्काई एंड मर्जेस इनटू द अर्थ. दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट आई वांट टू डू. सो वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द हायर सेल्फ, विल कम एंड मर्ज इनटू द सॉइल एंड अगेन राइज बैक अप. ओके, अब आते हैं मोह की तरफ. मोह एक दूसरा करंट है दुनिया में. मान लो जैसे नदी की धारा, एक धारा प्रेम है, दूसरी धारा मोह है. लेकिन एक धारा जो ऐसी है जो ऐसे देते चली जाती है, वो प्रेम है. जो अपने पास रख ले, बांध ले, पोजेस कर ले, उसे मैं मोह कह सकता हूं. यहां पे क्या होता है, उसमें आपने देखा कि आपके तरफ से किसी और को दिव्यता की तरफ चले जाता है. लेकिन यहां पे क्या होता है, क्लिंगिंग टू ऑब्जेक्ट्स एंड पीपल. Absolutely stuck in this world of impermanence. पता है कि ये परमानेंट नहीं है, लेकिन उसी के साथ जुड़े हुए, उसी के साथ बंधे हुए, उसी को जकड़ के रखते हैं. इन मोह you will see that the worldly form as eternal. आपको लगेगा कि जो मेरे सामने है ये हमेशा के लिए रहने वाला है. But when you even think for a moment, is it the reality? जो कुछ भी आपके सामने दिखाई दे रहा है, can it be eternal? नहीं हो सकता, बिकॉज उसका स्वरूप बदलता है, वो टूट सकता है, बिखर सकता है, नष्ट हो जा सकता है ना. जस्ट लाइक वी कंफ्यूज द बॉडी विथ द सोल, वेल्थ एंड सिक्योरिटी, पीपल विथ ओनरशिप, ये सारे चीजों को हम दुनिया में बस अपने तरफ लेके सबको पकड़ के रखे अपने पास, कि धन दौलत रिश्ते ये वो. सो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट एट ए लिटिल बिट हायर ऑफ लेवल, जो हर कोई बात तो करता है बट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ विजडम ओनली. लेकिन संस्कृत में जब मोह को समझाया जाता है ना, तो उसको ऐसे समझाया जाता है कि फ्रॉम डिल्यूजन कम्स फॉरगेटफुलनेस. पहले होता है डिल्यूजन. डिल्यूजन क्या हुआ? जो मेरे सामने है वो सही है, जो मेरे सामने वो हमेशा रहेगा, वो डिल्यूजन है. वो डिल्यूजन की वजह से हम भूल जाते हैं कि ये क्षय हो सकता है. द फॉरगेटफुलनेस. फ्रॉम फॉरगेटफुलनेस द डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ विजडम कम्स. क्योंकि मैं भूल गया, मुझे याद नहीं रहा, एंड आई डोंट नो हाउ टू डील विद दैट. एंड फ्रॉम डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ विजडम डाउनफॉल अपीयर्स. ये है मोह का रास्ता. ओके. सो अब आते हैं दुनिया की तरफ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जस्ट एक बार लेते हैं धृतराष्ट्र. धृतराष्ट्र वॉज बाउंड एंड ब्लाइंडेड बाय हिज अटैचमेंट फॉर हिज सन्स, and that is how he allowed them to go into war. Ravana's desire for Sita, he was thinking like, if I possess Sita, it would be equivalent to fulfillment, but that did not happen ever. But जैसे आपने कहा कि ये दोनों के बीच में फर्क क्या है और इन दोनों के बीच का नाता क्या है. So if we understand like why we get into this confusion of what is love and what is मोह, प्रेम क्या है मोह क्या है, उस दोनों के बीच का एक सामंजस्य भी है. क्योंकि सरफेस लेवल पे, जैसे आपने कहा कि सरफेस लेवल पे वो दोनों एक ही लगते हैं, कि दे आर पार्ट ऑफ द सेम कॉइन. सो प्रेम एंड मोह लुक सिमिलर व्हेन वी लुक एट इट फ्रॉम ए far off place, and both are like strong bonds of the heart. But in one way, if you look at it, prem expands and moh will always contract it. However, if moh is purified by the selflessness, it can transform itself into prem again. So that is the relationship that they both have, that मोह जो है वो फिर से प्रेम में परिणित हो सकता है. और अब आते हैं इसको थोड़ा व्यापक रूप से समझते हैं, जो संसार के रूप में जो हमारे सामने आ जाता है. एंड वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ वी आर लिविंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड, हाउ वी आर गेटिंग कनेक्टेड विथ इट, एंड व्हाट टू लर्न ऑफ इट, एंड हाउ टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट. ओके. तो इसीलिए इसको अभी जब मैं डिवाइड करने जाऊंगा, आई वुड लाइक टू टेक 4 एस्पेक्ट्स टू दैट. प्रेम, मोह, आसक्ति, समर्पण. प्रेम, मोह, आसक्ति, समर्पण. So one starts with a good note and ends with a good note. That's why I have kept it in this way. Okay. अब जब हम समझते हैं कि if I have to put this in this way, how would I say that? Life is nothing but it is just like a journey of the heart. We begin from love because we all know we came from the divine, right? So we all started from love, but on the way it got clouded by moh, delusion, and asakti came into play, clinging to things. And then our goal, in order to even go back to the love again, should be, the goal is to refine the love into samarpan. When you surrender, the highest freedom again is established and the form of the love is again felt, not in this world only, but in the divine itself. अब आते हैं इस सारे चीजों को सांसारिक रूप से समझते हैं. बड़ी बड़ी बातें बहुत हो गई, अब उतरते हैं संसार में. प्रेम, लव, it's like a pure feeling of oneness, compassion, unconditional care, wishing the well-being of the other. When you don't expect anything in return, it could be like a mother's care towards the kid, a friend's honesty, or a devotee's joy in worship. वो प्रेम हो सकता है. Because when we look at a mother, the mother naturally loves the kid. And it wants the best of for its child, always wants its child to be happy, and can even sacrifice anything, even her comfort, and to the extremes, just to give the comfort to the kids. So here, in order to identify whether it is love or मोह, उसके कुछ गुण हैं, ठीक है? जो चीज आपको शांति लेके आती है, brings peace, expansion of your own self and joy within you, that could be love. If you feel lighter, not burdened, then it could be love. The heart will always remain grateful when you are in that space. That would be love. But जब मोह आता है, जब अटैचमेंट आउट ऑफ इग्नोरेंस शुरू होता है, तब क्या हो जाता है हमारे पास? आइडेंटिफाइंग आवरसेल्व्स विद द इल्यूजन, मिस्टेकिंग द टेम्पररी विद द परमानेंट. उसी चीज को मैं अलग अलग शब्द में बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं, सो दैट इट गेट्स registered, so that when I give you a way out, you will grasp it immediately. Are you getting that?
जी.
Okay. So emotional blindness, where you cannot see anything beyond the desire and the obsession. When the love will be distorted in such a way that the possessiveness will come and it will blind you completely. It would be like a feeling of what we say that I cannot live without this. This is only mine. When the things will bring fear, when it will bring pain and it will bring restlessness, तब कहीं ना कहीं कहा जाता है कि ये मोह के साइंस होते हैं. क्योंकि मोह क्या करेगा आपके साथ? इट विल मेक यू फील रेस्टलेस. इट विल, जब भी आप उससे कहीं दूर जाते हो, उस वस्तु, चीज या किसी भी तरीके से उससे दूर जाते हो, इट विल मेक यू वेरी वेरी रेस्टलेस. योर डिसीजंस विल ऑलवेज बी क्लाउडेड इन दैट स्पेस. क्योंकि आपका जो इग्नोरेंस है ना, इट विल बी फुल फ्लेजेड ड्रामा गोइंग ऑन ऑफ द इग्नोरेंस. सो क्या होगा? यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू जस्टिफाई व्हाट इज राइट एंड व्हाट इज रॉन्ग, एंड यू विल ऑलवेज होल्ड ऑन टू दैट डिल्यूजन, दैट क्लाउडेडनेस. और इससे क्या होगा? लॉस ऑफ, हमारे अंदर जो भाव था ना प्रेम का, वो खोने लगता है. एंड देन जब ये स्थिति आ जाती है, उसके बाद आता है आसक्ति, मोर स्ट्रॉन्गर, बिकॉज इट बिकम्स ए इमोशनल बॉन्ड, कंप्लीट क्लिंगिंग टू वन थिंग. ठीक है? तो पहले था मोह, मोह अभी परिणित हो जाता है आसक्ति में, विच इज द डीपर फॉर्म ऑफ मोह. इसमें क्या होगा? वेयर यू आर टायर्ड इमोशनली, साइकोलॉजिकली एंड इवन कार्मिकली. आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ इमोशन से नहीं जुड़ जाते, साइकोलॉजिकली नहीं जुड़ जाते, आपके कर्म भी उसके साथ जुड़ जाते हैं. एंड देन द माइंडसेट दैट विल बी देयर इन दैट मोमेंट इज आई कैन नॉट लिव विदाउट दिस. दिस माइंडसेट विल कम इनटू प्ले, एंड ऑल दिस इन द वर्ल्डली थिंग्स. और उसके बाद क्या होता है? मोह एक हैबिट में परिणत हो जाता है. इट बिकम्स अ रेगुलर एक्टिविटी. इट विल आइडेंटिफाई and it gets tied to one particular thing, and it looks like I am completely dependent on that thing. Without that, I am nothing anymore. And that will create not only bondage in this life, but will also create bondages across the lifetimes. आते जाएगा, आते जाएगा, आते जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई वुड लाइक टू गिव यू वेरी सिंपल एग्जाम्पल. जो धन के मोह में फंस जाते हैं और उनको आसक्ति हो जाती है धन के प्रति, वो लोग क्या करते हैं? बार 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 वही धन कमाने के पीछे अपना जीवन व्यतीत कर लेते हैं. जब जीवन व्यतीत हो जाता है और मृत्यु का समय आता है, फिर भी वही धन के बारे में सोचते हैं. तो पुनः जन्म जब आता है, फिर से वही धन कमाने लग जाते हैं. सो इट कैन बिकम ए आसक्ति इन वन वे. बट मोर देन दैट, लेट्स अगेन डाइव डीपर इनटू दैट. कभी देखना, जब आसक्ति आ जाती है ना, वो जब हैबिट बन जाता है मोह, ये चीज को बड़े ध्यान से देखना, तभी आपको समझ में आ जाएगा विच स्टेज यू आर इन राइट नाउ. कोई भी, किसी को भी देखो, आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. उसके कुछ सिग्नेचर्स होते हैं, कुछ साइंस होते हैं उसके. इट द मूड ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्सन विल डिपेंड ऑन अनदर्स प्रेजेंस. वो हमेशा अप्रूवल चाहेगा. इट विल ऑलवेज ट्राई टू हैव इट्स प्रेजेंस. कभी भी दूर जाना नहीं चाहेगा. Even in, let's say, you are meditating, even in your meditation or even in your space of when no one is around, your thoughts will pull you back towards that person and that object only. And it will create suffering within you, because you start to feel that you are nothing without that other being, or you are not complete without the other being. ये क्या हो गया? Again it became a asakti, means a more intensified more can become a asakti. But then what is the way out? The way out would be samarpan. Samarpan का मतलब क्या है? It's like offering
Yourself
entirely,
to
completely. जैसे मैंने कहा ना, वो पत्थर फेंका, उसने उसको पकड़ लिया. And when it comes back, so the question that Deepika ji you are asking, anyways I will cover that all, because वही तो आपको समझ में आएगा. Can you see, both are looking equal only here also. आपका प्रश्न ये आता है कि प्रेम जिससे होता है उसके प्रति भागने का मन होता है, वही हमेशा दिमाग के अंदर चलता है, उसी के साथ जुड़े रहने का मन होता है, ये भी वही है. सो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दिस? ये अभी तक समझ में नहीं आया ना? अब समझो. एक जो दिव्यता की तरफ ले जाए, एक जो आपको भगवान के साथ जोड़ ले, दूसरा जो संसार में बांध के रख ले. आसक्ति दोनों है, प्रेम दोनों है. वन इज टाइंग यू बैक टू दिस वर्ल्ड, वन इज लेटिंग यू गो टू द डिवाइन. आगे समझते हैं इसको. एग्जाम्पल के साथ समझा देता हूं आपको. लेट मी सी व्हाट एग्जाम्पल्स कैन आई गिव यू. ओके, सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड इट फ्रॉम दिस वे. क्योंकि जो व्हाट यू से एज गिविंग योरसेल्फ कंप्लीटली ना, वो हम सबको समझ में आता है. समर्पण का जो भाव है वो तो समझ जाते हैं. सो आई विल नॉट गो इनटू दैट. लेट मी रादर गिव यू एग्जांपल ऑफ प्रेम. एक एग्जांपल के साथ बताता हूं प्रेम कैसे हो सकता है, मोह क्या है, आसक्ति क्या है और समर्पण क्या है. इसको आपको एग्जांपल के साथ बता देता हूं, ये क्लैरिटी के साथ आ जाएगा. पूरा संसार का एक एग्जांपल लेता हूं. फॉर एग्जांपल ए मदर एंड ए चाइल्ड. ठीक. सो प्रेम को समझते हैं. प्रेम क्या है? द मदर नेचुरली लव्स द चाइल्ड. हर माँ अपने बच्चे को प्रेम करती ही है. wants the child's happiness and can even sacrifice her comfort. That's what we all understand and we all know. This is pure and unconditional love. ठीक है. लेकिन जब वही माँ इल्यूजन या मोह में फंसती है तो क्या करेगी? द मदर स्टार्ट्स बिलीविंग माई चाइल्ड मस्ट ऑलवेज स्टे विथ मी. माई चाइल्ड शुड नेवर मेक मिस्टेक्स. Only I know what is best for her.
करेक्ट.
समझ में आ रहा है? सो देखो, वो प्रेम था. अब प्रेम कैसे मोह में परिणित हो रहा है, और ऐसे देखोगे आगे का भी कैसे हम लेके जाएंगे. जब वो माँ को ऐसे लगेगा तब प्रॉब्लम है. हियर हर लव में बदलाव दिख रहा है ना आपको. हर लव हैज टर्न्ड इनटू ए ब्लाइंड अटैचमेंट. वो लगता है ये मेरा ही है और ये सिर्फ मेरे जैसा ही करना चाहिए, वॉट एवर आई से. उसके बाद क्या होता है? मोह के बाद आसक्ति आ गई, मोर. सो व्हेन द चाइल्ड ग्रोज अप and chooses their own path, the mother will feel restless. Even at times she will feel hurt and she cannot let it go. She will feel like as if her identity depends on the child. When you think that your identity is dependent on something, that is absolute bondage. Yes or no? So the प्रेम था, वो उसको सब कुछ देने को तैयार थी, उसको मुक्त करने को तैयार थी. जब मोह आने लगा, उसको बांधना शुरू हो गया.
यस.
है ना? So that is how it is slowly moving towards that. The mother always will feel like मोह हो गया, मोह से आसक्ति हो गई, और आसक्ति के बाद क्या है? वो जाने ही नहीं देगा. It will tie you around always.
करेक्ट.
But there is one way to get out of that space. अगर उसको समर्पण समझ में आ गया. If she realizes that my child is also a soul just like me, who is playing a part in the play of the divine. वो भी मेरी तरह एक आत्मा है जो इस दिव्यता का खेल खेल रही है. And I am just like a caretaker, just like the gardener. I am not the owner, I am just the gardener. I am just the trustee of this place. Then she will always realize that she loves her. Then only she will come to a realization that this is also a soul that is playing her part. I am also a soul, I am playing the part. And this is all the divine drama that is going on. In that moment, she will again connect back to the child, loving it fully. And what will she do? Or in that case, it will allow the freedom back to the kid, but without trying to control it. And this is what I call is the liberation of a love between a child and a mother. बट दुनिया में सिर्फ और सिर्फ यही तो नहीं है, और बहुत सारी चीजें होती है दुनिया में. Let's take the most common example that the youth might be fighting with. A lover.
Okay.
Prem. Okay.
Okay.
So let's understand it from that aspect. एक lover है, एक प्रेमी है. Okay. In that case, what happens? Let's say someone loves somebody very deeply, enjoys their presence and wish them very well. That is what is love. मोह आने से क्या होगा? This person believes that without the person I cannot live, and get blinded to the reality that it is not the reality. जो आया है वो जाएगा कैसे भी. Then आसक्ति के स्वरूप में क्या हो जाता है? It constantly craves their attention, validation, and even the joy and sorrow is all dependent on the other person.
Yes.
That becomes asakti. But when you realize the same thing and transfer the same thing to the divine, that becomes samarpan. In this case, when you read,
he transferred the same thing to the divine.
Yes, I'll tell you that also. When you understand that जो भी चीजें मैं देख रहा हूं, like whatever I am seeing, I start looking at it with its truth. In the sense, is it really that you are incomplete without someone? Is it the reality that you are absolutely dependent on someone? Without them, you cannot live? That delusion जो आता है ना, that very moment, if you start realizing what is truth and what is not, तब क्या आता है? जैसे आपने देखा होगा, for example, let's take the example of you in this case or the people in this room.
Okay.
पहले आप शिव को देखते हो, शिव के बारे में सुनते हो, शिव के बारे में जानते हो, ठीक है? So more and more and more you start knowing him, you also start feeling that Shiva should not be there outside somewhere. It should always be with me here now.
Yes.
तब क्या होता है? Then somehow the mind starts tricking you. कोई भी किसी भी स्वरूप में अगर शिव के जैसा दिखने लगे या बोलने लगे या ये करने लगे, आपकी आसक्ति उसके प्रति बढ़ने लगती है. You somehow tie yourself around that being. It might be a human, isn't it?
Yes.
So we tie ourselves, and while tying ourselves into that human being, if we again forget that what my true love was, I was trying to reach out to Shiva, but I saw a few glimpses of it. Now I am tied around it. Then what? I think I cannot live without this person. I forgot Shiva here. Are you seeing that? यहाँ फंस गए. But someday, जब वो that person moves away, that person does not accept, or that person just runs away somewhere, उस दिन क्या होता है? Might be in that pain you will realize again, oh my God,
शिव याद आता है.
ये फिर शिव याद आता है. इसका मतलब क्या है? ओहो, so this was a stopgap arrangement and I lost it. Means I never knew where I was focusing, where I brought my focus, where I should be focusing again. That means this human was not Shiva here. He was just a reminder of Shiva to you. But when he appeared, you forgot Shiva. Rather than that person being a reminder to you, it became the one because of whom you forgot Shiva. ये मोह है, ये आसक्ति है. Because you are clouded, you are blinded with those thoughts. Yes or no? समझ में आ रहा है? या shall I define it further?
समझ आया.
Okay, very good. अब आते हैं कि ये जैसे एक डेवोटी की तरह, एक भक्त जैसे देखता है. जैसे अभी दीपिका जी ने पूछा कि ये सारी चीजें तो हम सब में होती है, तो फिर ये भक्त में क्या फर्क है? कैसे, मतलब भगवान की तरफ कैसे भक्ति ले जाए? वो भक्ति क्यों हो जाती है, आसक्ति क्यों नहीं होती? Because हम भगवान के प्रति भी वही सबसे सोचते हैं कि हमारा भगवान हमारे साथ रहे, हम भगवान को नहलाएं नहलाएं खिलाएं पिलाएं धुलाएं, जो करना है सब करें, हमारा भगवान हमारे साथ रहे, मैं उसके साथ रहूं, वो कभी मुझे छोड़ के ना जाए. Exactly the same thing that we are doing.
This is on the thought process level as well as on the physical level, we are
Right.
telling you.
Absolutely.
तो फिर
That we.
हनुमान जी की प्योर भक्ति मानी जाती है.
जी
तो वो
जी.
ये मानते हैं कि वो एक क्षण भी राम जी से दूर नहीं रह सकते. दो
हम्म,
फिजिकल लेवल पे कहीं ना कहीं डिस्टेंसेस थे, कभी वो साथ में नहीं थे, कभी साथ में थे,
जी जी.
बट अंतर्मन से वो कभी उनके साथ अलग नहीं थे.
अलग नहीं थे. ओके.
तो फिर इसको तो हम मोह नहीं बोल. अब मुझे नहीं मालूम इसको
ओके
क्या
ठीक है,
बोलते.
अब बताता हूँ कैसे होता है ये. एक डेवोटी के तरह से देखते हैं. ठीक है.
जी
लेट्स से देयर इज अ डेवोटी, और आपका जो प्रश्न है उसका भी उत्तर मैं दे ही दूंगा. ठीक है, बट
जी
बाय द टाइम आई कंप्लीट इट विल कंप्लीटली अंडरस्टैंड दैट पार्ट आल्सो.
जी.
बिकॉज जिसके मन में ये जिज्ञासा जाग गई ना कि आसक्ति और मोह तो आ रहा है, आई एम गेटिंग ऑल दिस थिंग्स, बट हाउ शुड आई कनेक्ट बैक टू द सोर्स, दैट itself is a awakening statement. That itself is a state of that you are no more delusion, you want to come out of that place. That's why you are having all these queries. Okay, so let's understand it. Let me give you one more example, क्योंकि यहाँ पे भी बहुत सारे लोग फंसते हैं. So that's why I want to give this. Let's say there is a devotee. Okay,
ओके.
devotee का मीनिंग क्या है? वो भगवान का भजन गाते रहता है, भगवान की पूजा करता है, भगवान से प्रेम करता है, राइट? अब जब डेवोटी का मोह जागृत होता है तो क्या करेगा? द डेवोटी प्रेज ओनली फॉर द वर्ल्डली गेन्स. जब वो संसार के चीजों के लिए प्रेम मतलब प्रार्थना करने लगेगा, पूजा करने लगेगा, वेल्थ, जॉब, रिलीफ फ्रॉम प्रॉब्लम्स, ये सारे चीजों के लिए उसके पीछे भागने लगेगा. तो ये क्या हो गया? ये भक्त का मोह है. और भक्त की आसक्ति कब होती है? जब वो कंप्लीटली डिपेंडेंट हो जाता है. बट इफ द प्रेयर्स आर नॉट आंसर्ड, it will feel as if it has been abandoned by the God. ये
ट्रू.
है आसक्ति भक्त की. लेकिन समर्पण जब भक्त करता है तो कैसे करता है? वो सारे चीजों को दे देता है. वॉट एवर यू हैव गिवन टू मी, वो सब कुछ तेरा है. इट ऑल इज योर्स. द जॉयज, द सॉरो, द लाइफ, द डेथ, all is yours, and it's all happening as per the divine will. These are only the 4 examples of it. लेकिन जब अगर हम इस तरीके से इसको देखें कि प्रेम इज जस्ट लाइक ए सीड, मोह इज लाइक द डिस्टॉर्शन, एंड आसक्ति इज लाइक ए बॉन्डेज, एंड समर्पण इज लाइक द लिबरेशन. अब ये सारे चीजों को लेके आते हैं बिकॉज वी हैव टॉक्ड टू मच अवे फ्रॉम दिस topic or the question that you have asked. Because prem, moh, asakti all feel like love when we are inside them. But only one, prem, will liberate, while the other, moh and asakti, will bind us. However, if someone has fallen into the worldly love or moh or attachment, asakti, उससे कैसे निकले? द मोस्ट एफिशिएंट वेज टू कम आउट ऑफ इट. मैं ये क्यों बताना चाहता हूं? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं हम सबको पता है कि चीजें हैं क्या. प्रॉब्लम इज हाउ टू कम आउट ऑफ इट. सो लेट्स फोकस ऑन हाउ टू कम आउट ऑफ दैट स्पेस. कौन कौन सी चीजें? चारों चीजों को लेते हैं. प्रेम मतलब
मोह,
मोह,
आसक्ति
आसक्ति और
और
समर्पण.
समर्पण.
बिकॉज समर्पण जब आएगा वो प्रेम में परिणित हो जाएगा. सो लेट्स ओनली कंसिडर दीज मेजरली 2 एस्पेक्ट्स. ठीक है.
मोह, आसक्ति.
पहला चीज जो आपको इन सारे चीजों से बाहर लेके आएगा, लोभ, मोह और आसक्ति, ये 3 चीजों के ऊपर काम करते हैं. लोभ, मोह, आसक्ति. सो क्लैरिटी ऑफ विजन पहले चाहिए. मीन्स विवेक. आपका विवेक का जागृत होना. मीन्स विवेक का जागृत होना क्या है? रिकॉग्नाइजिंग द डिफरेंसेस. मोह क्या है? आई लव बिकॉज आई नीड. आसक्ति क्या है? आई क्लिंग बिकॉज आई फियर लूजिंग दैट. प्रेम क्या है? आई लव बिकॉज आई सी द डिवाइन इन इट. सो पहले यू हैव टू बी एबल टू सी क्लियरली. आपका विवेक जागृत होना चाहिए और आप ये 3 चीजों को डिफरेंशिएट कर पाना चाहिए. कहां आप फंस जा रहे हो, कहां आप मुक्त हो पा रहे हो. wherever you are feeling entangled and where you are feeling liberated. Got it? ये दो तरीके से आपको क्लियरली समझ में आ जाएगा कि आप मोह में हो, आसक्ति में हो या प्रेम में हो. लेकिन इसको प्रैक्टिस में कैसे लेके आऊं? How can I always make sure that the vivek that I am speaking of, it will always be there and I will be able to know that? उसके लिए एक प्रश्न, a simple question. This practice has to be done on a daily basis within you. किसी को बोलने की जरूरत नहीं, किसी को पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है. How to do that? The practice of self inquiry. क्या करोगे इसमें? Every single day, whatever you are doing, just ask your own self, is this what I see as love is making me free or making me weaker day by day? क्योंकि जैसे कृष्ण ने कहा है ना कि जो भी ये सारे डिजायर्स को छोड़ देगा, one who will abandon all the desires, free from all attachment and ego, will attain peace. Because of this because of this ego and attachment and the desires, they are losing their peace there. तो पहला चीज क्या जागृत करना है? विवेक. विवेक कैसे जागृत करोगे? सिंपल क्वेश्चन, इज दिस फीलिंग लिबरेटिंग मी और बाइंडिंग मी? इफ यू सिट एंड आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन, ये शायद आपको ज्यादा समय नहीं लगेगा, इट विल गिव यू आंसर इमीडिएटली. लेकिन वहां पे प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है? इवन द ह्यू ऑफ दैट विल स्टिल स्टे ऑन यू, और शायद आप क्लाउडेड हो जाओगे, आप डिसीजन नहीं ले पाओगे फिर भी. यस और नो?
यस.
तो उस समय में क्या करना चाहिए? देयर कम्स वन मोर थिंग कॉल्ड एज द वैराग्य. मीन्स फर्स्ट you should be aware. Second, detachment from that space, becoming more aware of it, means वैराग्य लेके आना. क्योंकि यहां पे क्या हुआ? You are able to distinguish between these two, but suddenly your mind starts saying, अरे नहीं नहीं, ये मोह नहीं है, ये प्रेम ही हो सकता है. फिर कभी कभी बोलोगे नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये प्रेम नहीं है, ये मोह ही हो सकता है. मीन्स आपका विवेक जागृत हो गया, बट यू आर स्टिल नॉट कॉन्शियस इनफ टू डिटैच फ्रॉम इट टू सी व्हाट इज रियलिटी और द गेम ऑफ द माइंड. है ना? तो पहले क्या चाहिए? विवेक चाहिए. विवेक को सही दिशा देने के लिए क्या चाहिए? कॉन्शियसनेस और अवेयरनेस, जिसे हम कहते हैं. अच्छा, ये अवेयरनेस कैसे बना के रखूं मैं? हाउ कैन आई कीप दिस? कोई आइडिया है आपके पास जिसके द्वारा आप अवेयरनेस को लगा के रखो? और ये अवेयरनेस से वैराग्य को कैसे बनाओ? अब बताता हूं कैसे. कई सारे लोग, दे ट्राई टू फोर्सफुली स्टॉप इट, बट द मोर एंड मोर, वी हैव ऑल एक्सपीरियंस्ड इट, द मोर एंड मोर यू रेजिस्ट, द मोर एंड मोर इट परसिस्ट. है ना? जितना हम उसको तोड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे वो उतना ताकतवर हो जाता है, ऐसा लगता है ना? Because in that moment you are not able, like you feel like so helpless, right? तो फिर ये वैराग्य को जागृत कैसे करूं? Because now I know the difference, but I am still clouded, I am not able to leave it. Means condition is just like दुर्योधन. अब आता है वैराग्य को कैसे जागृत करते हैं, इसको देखते हैं. जैसे you are not able to differentiate and you say ठीक है जो भी हो रहा है बट सही चल रहा है. For a moment bring that awareness in the form of vairagya. Vairagya क्या है? Just look at it. The thing that I am feeling, the thing that is happening, the thing that looks like permanent, is it really permanent? Means the way I am feeling now, is it permanent? And you will see your mind will immediately answer yes. But throughout the day, if you observe yourself, you will see sometimes it was there, sometimes it was not there.
Correct.
So that means, oh, it's like a momentary thing that is coming up so rapidly, just like anger. एक बार से आता है, फिर कहीं चला जाता है थोड़ी देर के लिए, फिर याद आता है, फिर चला जाता है. Can you see it is actually just rolling in your thoughts? It's just coming and going away in your thoughts, nothing else. And if you can sit there and detach yourself for a moment, is it freeing me? It is binding me. If whatever is freeing me or binding me, which one is the permanent one here? और इन दोनों से वैराग्य means today you cling to a person. Tomorrow circumstances will change. Then what will you call it? Can I call something as a forever love? Because चीजें बदलती जा रही है दुनिया में, सब कुछ टेम्पररी है, सब बदलते जा रहा है. So a constant reminder should always be there within me. क्या याद रखना है? Everything that I am seeing is just passing by. But myself, the one that I am, is the eternal one. ये जो सारे चीजें बदलती जा रही है, इट कैन बी रिलेटेड टू एनीथिंग इन दिस वर्ल्ड. हर चीज के प्रति अगर एक वैराग्य दृष्टि से आप देखो, आई एम नॉट सेइंग लीविंग इट, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग टू लुकिंग एट इट इन दैट वे. जैसे अगेन इट इज सेड, नो, द वर्ल्ड इज एब्सोल्युटली इम्परमानेंट and is filled with sorrow and suffering. And that's why we should not just be here in this world, but we should always keep our mind with the divine, because it is eternal. But क्या माइंड मान लेता है?
नहीं,
तो क्या करते हो?
ये माइंड भी मान नहीं पा रही इस चीज को,
नहीं मान
क्योंकि
पाएगा. That's where I say,
ब्रिंगिंग एग्जाम्पल्स की अगर मैंने वैराग्य ला लिया, तो ऐसे कैसे संभव हो सकता है कि राधा ने शुद्ध प्रेम किया कृष्ण से, हनुमान जी की शुद्ध भक्ति थी राम के प्रति,
जी,
एक पुत्र का माँ के प्रति वैसे रह सकता है, या एक पिता का अपने पुत्र के प्रति वैसा रह सकता है? तो ये कैसे संभव है अगर वो लोग वैराग्य लेकर आ गए तो?
very good. So still in this case, I am not talking about just a relationship. I am talking more about the relationship of myself within myself.
हम्म.
You're getting that? It's not outside. ना प्रेम बाहर है, ना द्वेष बाहर है, ना मोह बाहर है, ना कहीं पे कोई भी चीज बाहर नहीं है. That's what now I want to bring that entire focus back to you.
ओके.
जब हम अपने आप को देखते हैं ना, in this case that what we are speaking of, जब हम अपने अंदर देखते हैं, what are the fight that we all fight? क्या युद्ध है जो हम रोज लड़ते हैं अपने आप से? सोचो फिर से. Then only you will start having that viveka. Then I will bring vairagya into play. What are the fightings that we all fight? हर कोई लड़ रहा है, ऐसा कोई नहीं है जो नहीं लड़ रहा है. Everyone is fighting. But can you see, you are fighting for all the things that are impermanent. Think again. किस लिए झगड़े चल रहे बताओ? Are you even aware of that? And that's where I say first, विवेक जागृत करो कि जिस चीजों के लिए मैं अपने आप से लड़ रहा हूं, क्या वो सारे परमानेंट चीजें हैं?
नहीं.
Is that worth fighting then?
नो.
But we still do that. Why do you fight? Because we have not known the eternal. We always fight for the one that is impermanent because we have never understood what permanent is. है ना?
यस.
जिस दिन लेट से संसार में चाहे आप कितना भी कुछ कर लो, जिस दिन वो दिव्यता आपके सामने आ जाएगा, लेट से वॉट एवर यू लाइक, शायद शिव हो सकता है, कृष्ण हो सकता है, कोई भी किसी भी स्वरूप में आप उसे देखना चाहते हो, और वो अगर आपके सामने प्रकट हो जाए, तो क्या आप संसार के बारे में सोचोगे या उसके बारे में? क्या आप संसार के लिए रुकोगे या उसके साथ चले जाओगे?
डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन.
हाँ,
डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन.
है ना? Because I have given you a very difficult example very recently. That's the problem. However, if you have been waiting for that one thing to happen, then will you still struggle with your own self? कि मुझे वहां जाना है कि यहां रहना है? Then again I'll come back to भगवत गीता. बिल्कुल आपका हाल अर्जुन की तरह है. What did he do? धनुष रख दिया. Just as we keep our bow, the fighting bow in front of us every single day in our head, thinking और कुछ नहीं हो सकता. We all go through that, yes or no? कितनी बार हम वहां बैठ जाते हैं, रथ से उतर के नीचे बैठ जाते हैं, बोलते अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता, ये युद्ध कौन लड़े. तब भगवान फिर कृष्ण अवतरित होता है. दैट इज व्हाट आई कॉल एज वैराग्य चित्त, वेयर इट विल डिस्टेंट योरसेल्फ. कृष्ण ने क्या किया? वैराग्य जागृत नहीं किया था कृष्ण ने अर्जुन के अंदर. उसने कहा जो तुम्हें ये तुम्हारे रिश्तेदार लगते हैं, लाइक व्हाट यू सी एज योर relatives and all the people those who are close to you, are they really permanent? Are you really doing it? And कृष्ण को उन्होंने वो सारा ज्ञान दिया. If you read Bhagavad Gita, that's the most important lesson that we will all learn. It is not about winning the outer fight. It's all about winning the inner fight that we all go through. तो विवेक, being conscious. उसके बाद वैराग्य, knowing the impermanence of everything. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक विचार, एक थॉट कितना देर रुक सकता है आपके मन में? लेट्स ट्राई दैट.
बहुत कम समय के लिए, बट रिपीट बहुत बार होता है.
कैन यू सी? दैट्स व्हाट आई से. इट डज नॉट इवन हैव द कैपेसिटी टू स्टे. इट्स जस्ट लाइक going and coming back, going
revolving and rotating
it's
around.
revolving in the same way, right? Let me ask you a question. अगर ये समझ गए तो मुक्त हो जाओगे ये सारे चीजों से. You say the thought does not stay, goes away and comes back, right?
Yes.
जाता कहाँ है?
नहीं पता.
कहीं तो जाता है ना. आप ही ने कहा ना कि I take this thought, but this thought is going away for some time and coming back. जाता कहाँ है वो? अगर ये समझ गए कि जाता कहाँ है, then you will, if you practice that, you will become vairagya even without any fight. Even that is not there. A thought is just disappearing. कहाँ गया? कुछ देर के लिए कहीं चला गया, फिर वापस आया, फिर चला गया, फिर वापस आया. That means there is a way where it can be left out permanently, not to worry you again. आंसर दूं कहाँ जाता है?
जी.
It looks difficult, but the answer is very simple. Focus. जब आप उस विचार के ऊपर फोकस करते हो तभी वो विचार आपके साथ रहता है. जब आपका फोकस उस विचार से चला जाता है, वो विचार भी आपके से दूर चला जाता है. सो व्हाट इज द स्टोरी हियर? व्हाट आर यू फोकसिंग?
बट मेरे फोकस करने से इतने सारे विचार सामने आते भी है और जाते भी है, तो फिर?
सो नाउ इस चीज से बाहर आने का रास्ता बताते हैं फिर. लेट्स से यू आर वेरी सैड. What do we generally do? Put on a music and start listening to that, might be.
Correct.
Or we might go out, or I might call somebody, or there are very few things that we do actually. Just go out of the house. That's it. But if I do all these things, what really helps me? Why I do all these things? किसी को बात करता हूँ, बाहर चला जाता हूँ, शॉपिंग करने चला जाता हूँ, टीवी देखता हूँ, गाने सुनता हूँ. What are you doing in all these things?
Okay, so maybe मेरा फोकस वो टाइम पे उन चीजों पे चला जाता है rather than on the problem.
You are trying to distract your own mind from, means moving your focus from that thing to some other thing.
Correct.
So what is bringing the pain back? Again, the focus. How many times it has happened practically with you? Let's say आपको कहीं चोट लग गई है
हम्म
और आप शायद कुछ कर रहे हो, किसी कार्य में व्यस्त हो, एंड यू आर डूइंग द वर्क, you completely forgot that actually there was a pain in it.
हम्म
But suddenly somebody says, अरे तेरा पैर कैसा है? Suddenly you start having pain again. What happened there? Can you see the subtle magic that we all have, and we are converting that into the tragic situation? It's all about me focusing the consciousness itself. When I give importance to anything, it becomes important. When I don't give importance to anything or something, it does not has an importance in me. जैसे आप रास्ते में जा रहे हो, 1000 लोग मिलते हैं आपको, but you don't care about them, right? You don't give the importance to them. What happens?
हम्म
They pass by. But let's say one known person is coming from there.
हम्म
You give the importance to it. Then what happens? आप उसको रोकते हो, उससे बात करते हो. Our thoughts are just like the passing passengers on the street. कोई जाना पहचाना उसको पकड़ लेते हैं, उससे बात करने लगते हैं. Then what should be done? संसार में तो हैं, ये सारी चीजें तो होंगी, रास्ते में लोग आएंगे जाएंगे और जान पहचान लोग मिलेंगे भी. What should I do? It seems so कंडीशन बड़ा पैथेटिक लगता है, नहीं? There is no way out actually. तो क्या करना चाहिए? सब छोड़ के भाग जाना चाहिए. जो सत्य में वैराग्य है वो करना चाहिए. What do you think?
नहीं,
तो क्या करना
छोड़
चाहिए?
के भागना नहीं.
So what should be done? It is just like this. Love is a force, means एक स्रोत है. आसक्ति, मोह are all the same forces. इसमें भी एक बहाव है, इसमें भी एक तरंग है ना?
है.
Now, if I convert that thing towards the divine, बिल्कुल देखो अब कैसे बदल जाएगा सारी चीजें. Let's say I look toward a person and say I cannot live without this person. Instead of that, I look towards the divine and I say I cannot live without you, O Lord. मैंने क्या कहा? जहां आपका फोकस जाता है वो चीज सामने आने लगती है. All these days we have been completely focusing only and only towards the world. इसलिए संसार के सारे चीजें हावी हो जाती हैं हमारे ऊपर. If I understood the impermanence of this world and simply focused entirely to the divine only, तब क्या होगा? This redirection will completely transform आसक्ति into भक्ति. आपने मीराबाई की कहानी तो सुनी है. So Mirabai was married worldly, but her divine marriage was only with Krishna, because she redirected all her attachment into the longing of Krishna, and वो तड़प जो थी उसमें, that became viraha, and viraha converted into bhakti, and bhakti transcended her from all these things. But how to get into this? My God, these are very highly words जो हम कब से सुनते आ रहे हैं. अब विवेक वैराग्य को कैसे जागृत करूं मैं? चलो रास्ता बता देते हैं. लेकिन करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? Every day when you wake up and just before sleep, if I ask you again the same question, where were you before waking up? Because the world was continuing as is, you were not interfering in it. But now you woke up and you start interfering into the world, yes or no? But where were you before waking up? Just sit and think of this. You might say, oh, I was dreaming. No, okay, ठीक है. Dream के अलावा क्या कर रहा था? Because I slept for 7 hours. But the dream might have been there for 4 hours or 3 hours or 1 hour or might be only 5 minutes. हाँ, कभी कभी ऐसा हो सकता है कि पूरा रात भर सपना चले. Those are very rare spaces, isn't it? So if you sit there and just think of, where was I? Because when I was not completely present in this body was lying down on the bed.
Correct.
And before you go to sleep, just ask this question again to your own self. Where am I going?
Okay.
So this is going to be a very simple reminder to your mind always that there is a space where you want to go and there is a space from where you have come from. And if you want something called as a japa, you simply chant whatever we all say as Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. It is not being done as a chanting if you really mean what it means. What does that mean? If I say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, what does that exactly mean? That there is nothing of mine, everything belongs to him. Yes or no? So every single morning, wake up, question where I was and question where I am going to. And in that moment, just declare one thing to your own self. I don't know where I was with him. And now I am in this world, but this world belongs to it. I am just here today acting for one more day. This will start training your mind because your mind is like an elephant. बहुत शक्तिशाली है, लेकिन उसके ऊपर एक महंत बैठता है, right? The one who just has a small little sickle in his hand and it just controls the elephant. कैसे हो सकता है? By training it. So every single day you have to train the mind. That first reminder is, I am not this body, I am just interfering in this world. This drama that I am going to do now, I was not here few minutes ago. I will also no more be there in the next few minutes. Whatever is happening to the world is continuing to happen. Then why am I worried about all these things? Means disciplining the mind every time to be aware of the things that is happening in front of you. But making the mind aware, is it easy?
No.
कोई है जिसको बड़ा आसान लगता है कि हाँ सब कुछ कंट्रोल कर सकता हूँ मेरे माइंड को? Anyone in this room? No one, right? Why can't you control your mind? क्यों कंट्रोल में नहीं आता? कुछ आइडिया है? Or you don't even know that?
मेरा फ्यूज बल्ब उड़ चुका है, मुझे ये भी नहीं समझ आ रहा क्यों ये क्यों मतलब दिमाग क्यों कंट्रोल में नहीं कर सकते हैं.
Okay. The first thing you cannot control your mind is because the mind is taking care of everything. And that's what you believe. मुझे लगता है कि अगर मेरी बुद्धि काम नहीं करेगी तो मेरे से कुछ नहीं हो पाएगा. And that's why we are dependent on it. Are you breathing?
Yes.
What is your mind doing in your breathing? The food is being digested. What is your mind doing to your digestion process?
Nothing.
Nothing. If you keep the mind and start training it one by one, daily reminding it, you are not the boss here. You are not the one who is ruling this. Let's train it right now. Let's take one thought. कोई भी विचार लो. Okay. Anything that worries you, anything that bothers you, anything that is really not in your control. Might be ऐसा लगता है कि मेरे हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं है. Okay. Any thought like, वो extreme हो सकता है, simple भी ले सकते हैं. There is no problem with that. Whatever thought is perceived, मतलब persistently persistent in your mind. वैसा वाला. Continuously playing. ले लिया? Okay. For a moment, close your eyes and look at that thought. In the sense, आप बोलोगे कैसे देखूं? Thought को कैसे देखूं? Okay. I will tell you how to see the thought as well. वो भी बता देते हैं आपको. शिवा, कृष्णा, विष्णु, क्या हो रहा है? जब मैं ये नाम ले रहा हूं तो क्या हो रहा है आपके अंदर?
पिक्चर्स आते जाते हैं.
पिक्चर्स आते जा रहे. That means you can actually see your thoughts. मैं जो भी बोल रहा हूं, you can actually see it is coming.
Yes.
So now, the thought that is persistently worrying you, see that thought now. You don't have to use your eyes, you know it. So are you seeing that? Completely focus on that thought. And now ask your own self, why this thought is always pervading my happiness? कभी हमेशा मेरे सुख को दुख में क्यों परिणित कर देता है? मेरी शांति को क्यों भगा देता है? Now, the more and more you will focus on that particular thought, now try to create all the things. जैसे एक फ्लावर देखा है ना, उसका पेटल्स होता है ना, उसी तरीके से उस विचार के साथ क्या क्या चीजें आ रहे हैं उसको देखो. What are all the things that are attached to this thought? आप देखना कहीं डर आता है, कहीं गुस्सा आता है, कहीं द्वेष आता है, कोई इच्छाएं आती हैं, है ना?
Yes.
Have you ever played that game yes no with flower petals? शायद आप लोग नहीं खेले होंगे, वो हमारे जमाने का गेम था.
नहीं खेला है.
Oh, very good. So that game has not outdated itself yet. Can you see all the thought that worry you will never come alone? It will always have few friends along with it. डर है ना? रेस्टलेसनेस क्यों आता है? रेस्टलेसनेस क्योंकि डर है.
Yes.
और क्या क्या आता है उसमें? You name those out. Whatever your feelings are related to that particular thought, you just tell that out.
Fear of being alone.
Fear of being alone. Fear of being left out. Fear of being
Abandoned.
not being able to handle, or
Too sad. Too depressed.
Might be too depressed हो जाएगा, बहुत दुखी हो जाओगा अगर ये चीज नहीं हुआ तो. Okay, next.
From everyone. Too distant from everyone.
Too distant from everyone. Okay. Now all these things जब ये आता है ना, वो और भी बड़ा होके दिखाई देगा, isn't it? The thought is becoming more and more bigger in that. I want you to make it further bigger. और क्या क्या है उसके साथ वो भी देखने की कोशिश करो. What else are there?
Fights.
Fights, or Go explore your fear. That's what I say. Explore that thought that has been haunting you. Today, let's hunt it down.
The intensity of sadness increases so high कि just want to move from this or remove its existence from the world.
Right. Very, very sad space. Isn't it? और क्या है उसके साथ?
It's lost.
It's lost. Do you still see the thought? Or you just saw that
The
all the
feeling.
other things dressing as that thought and appearing in front of you as one? Are you
Dressing.
still able to see that? Are you still
No.
seeing the problem? Are you still seeing the thought?
No.
What happened to it? लेके आओ पकड़ के. Can you see it now again?
It's faded, but it's there.
Still there. फिर से देखो उसके साथ और अब कौन कौन है? Who all are there now?
Anger.
Okay. और
The mode of destructing everything you have.
right. Can you see now new friends have joined him? Go ahead. और फिर ब्लैंक हो
Maybe
जाएगा.
नफरत जिसे बोलते हैं या घृणा जिसे बोलते हैं.
Okay.
That maybe.
Okay. Can you see it is actually bringing out all the things that you don't like? Okay, ठीक है. Can you still see the problem, or you are looking at the friends that it has brought?
The feelings, the friends.
The feelings, the friends. But what happened to the thought that was actually haunting you?
It actually goes away if the feelings or these friends come up.
Right. So that means, again, as I said, it is not that one problem that I was thinking, it is actually a construct of so many things. और आपने ये जितने भी सारे चीजें कहे, how well are they attached with fear?
Too much.
Too much. So that means, again, everything boils down to one word: fear. Okay. Let's look at that thought as a fear now. Okay. एक डर है. Because the moment you feel like that fear, you lose so many things. You start having those butterflies in your belly kind of thing. Yes or no? Now look at that as fear. Now, how does that fear look like? If you can define.
It's just like slide by slide. It's showing what all feelings are there.
It means, like, again, it has become like an album and the pages are rolling and you can see the emotions again.
Correct. I can see there myself. How am I reacting to
Right.
everything that I'm doing over there?
Okay. So who is seeing?
Me.
Okay. So when you are in this space, when you are looking at that problem, can you see the problem has so many faces to it? Just like there can be a million diseases.
Yes.
But there is, if I say, I am healthy, do I have to say I don't have headache, I don't have vomiting, I don't have fever, I don't have all this? I don't say all that. I simply say one word. What is that? I am healthy.
Healthy.
Few diseases can be defined in a million ways, but health can be defined in one word. है ना? Now again go back to that same thought, the predominant one. Is it still there?
I'm able to see it.
You are able to see it. Okay, look at it carefully. Again, all the friends all around, surrounded by it.
Coming up one by one.
One by one, and you are not feeling good about that. Right? Look at it for a moment and make yourself as miserable as possible. Because we don't deal with these problems in this way. We always try to play the surface. Look into it. You know what the feeling it will create? It will feel like as if you are sinking into something. Yes or no?
Correct.
So hold on. Be there. Don't leave it today. Because you are not addressing, that's why it persists. Look at it just as an observer here. Nothing else. So whatever you are able to see, you are just seeing, right? And because you are attached to it, you are also feeling the same things within you.
Yes.
For a moment, detach yourself from that and just see as a third person there. Just like a physician looks at a patient. Now you are standing somewhere else and you are looking at it, and these things are being happening in front of you now. I don't say you will not feel anything. You will still continue to feel because it is happening nearby you, right? Just like if you stand by the fire, you'll feel the heat.
But not affecting that much.
Right. So take a distance a little bit back. Take one step back from that space. One more step back. One step back. One step back. It feels as if there is a cord still attached with you, but keep walking back. Keep walking back. Keep on walking back. Are you still feeling that?
No, it's getting all dark.
Very good. Keep walking far away from that space. This time you are not fighting. You are giving it a path. You, with your power, you are letting it to be as is. Keep walking away. Are you still worried?
No, but a thin thread is being tied.
Thread is there. That you won't, I don't want you to cut that thread.
Okay. No, not that worried.
What about their friends? Can you see them, the friends in the darkness now, or they are also there only?
No one.
No one.
Dark.
In this space where you have reached right now, I want you to sit there right now with the closed eyes. Focusing on your heart, believing in the divine that you believe in, shining bright in the space of your heart as the light in the darkness. And slowly it is increasing. That light is increasing within you. Take deep breaths as the light is increasing. Make your body straight. Now breathe. And this time, the more and more breathing you are leaving out, it is going away and away from you. Do you still have that heaviness?
I have it in the
Okay,
heart area.
very good. So let's deal with that as well. Look at that heaviness. Is it because of the worldly thing that you think that has created this weight? Or what I'm going to say, we very carefully listen to this now. जो heaviness है ना,
Hmm.
बड़े ध्यान से देखो. Is it because of the fear, or is it because the divine is sitting there now? Is the heaviness of that divine? Because the moment you will give the heaviness to the divine, your entire body will go light, let alone the space that you are speaking of. Did anything change within you?
I'm not able to differentiate it.
Very good. Okay, let's focus there. How about if I say that heaviness that you are feeling is because of a statue of Shiva being there?
Possible.
Now look at that. I know the form also might disappear because वो दिखाई भी नहीं देगा अगर आप देखने की कोशिश करोगे तो. What are you seeing in that space now?
A blue body, complete,
Very good.
sitting absolute darkness.
Okay. Slowly call out his name, whom you want to appear there. It can be Krishna, it can be Shiva, it can be Radha, it can be Ram, it can be Hanuman, whichever name you believe in. It can be Bhairav, whichever name you believe in. It should be a whisper within your own self.
Called out.
What is happening?
I have called out his name.
So what is happening now in that space, the same space that you were looking at in the blue color?
I'm not
Will,
able to see.
you will not be able to see that as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's simply like a space where there is nothing. No image, no thing.
Yes.
Now, in this moment, drop the fear that whatever you are holding now, just leave it. And just sit there without thought. For the next few minutes, don't even think what I am going to say. Don't even think what has been told to you. Just sit. Are you sad?
No.
Are you happy?
No.
Are you attached with your thought?
Doesn't feel so.
Let me ask you a tough question. Can you deal with that problem now?
What problem?
Because the problem is nowhere near you. Bring a half smile on your face. Half smile, not full smile. And then think of that problem that you were worried about few moments ago. If you are closed your eyes, open your eyes now and bring that thought again. Are you still feeling heavy? Are you still feeling worried? Are you still...
I can see the
This...
glimpse of it, but not worried as such.
Right. That means it is possible to get rid of it. The only thing is we don't know the way out of it. How about I create few meditations to help you with all these things?
That would be grateful.
कि ऐसे कुछ विचार जो हमको परेशान कर दे, कुछ विचार जो हमको ड्रेन आउट कर दे, कुछ विचार that makes us not even feel like loving our own selves, हमारे अंदर वो ऐसे चीजें बना देते हैं, अगर उन सारे चीजों से बाहर निकाल सके, would it be good?
Yes. Would be the best.
So how many of you would like to have something like that? हर हर महादेव. Very good. So there are some good news coming your way. We will be launching few things very soon, so be ready. Now you will not miss me. You can just say अनहद आ रहा है. Now in this moment, just stretch yourself, move from that place for a moment. जहां बैठे थे वहां से हट जाओ. Or if you cannot move, just stretch yourself a little bit. It's as if shake it off completely. Not even what you were going through, not even what I was telling you. That does not matter anymore. Just shake it off. I would like to give a very typical example, but is it okay? Means आपने देखा है ना, जब एक बिल्ली भीग जाती है तो आके बाहर आने के बाद, पानी के बाहर आने के बाद कैसा करती है? Shake it off. Just shake it off.
Yes.
Now tell me, what's your fear? Now tell me, what is that problem that we are dealing with? I don't want to tell, I don't want you to tell, but rather, is it still worrying you the way it was? Or rather, it is there or not is the first question.
I see the glimpse of it even now, but it's just that in the current state, I feel indifferent to it.
Right. इसे वैराग्य कहते हैं. इट इज नॉट अवे फ्रॉम यू. जैसे वैरागी जो है वो संसार में ही रहता है, संसार में रहते हुए भी संसार के साथ जुड़ा हुआ नहीं है. उसी तरीके से जो वैराग्य की बात मैंने किया, we did not do anything else, but I showed you the same thing. Vivek, Vairagya. We just did the same process through this meditation or the guidance that I was giving. Even it is not a meditation, I just the guidance that I was giving. You were aware, then you detached yourself from it. Yes or no? So
Yes.
practically you understood कि विवेक कैसे जागृत किया जा सकता है और वैराग्य. विवेक मतलब whenever you are focusing on thing, that focus brings importance to that thing. और जब आप उस चीजों को छोड़ देते वो अपना इंपॉर्टेंस खोने लगता है. इफ यू कैन प्रैक्टिस समथिंग लाइक दिस रेगुलरली, माइट बी डिफरेंट वेज, don't you think you will be having a much better time? Might be there will be a down time, but that down time will not last as it was lasting now. Yes or no?
Hmm. Hmm. Correct.
So for the benefit of all of you, we will be introducing Anhad. That's what I can say. So your question was amazing, but the answer went on to some other space. I'll tell you why. I
Yes,
did not
please.
wanted to deal it at a intellectual level. Because if I keep on telling you intellectually, it's not going to change anything. But at least now, did you have an idea like how to deal with that situation whenever it is happening?
Yes.
And don't worry, it won't work every time. Let me tell you, it won't work every time. That's why even Shiva has given 112 methods, right? But at least whenever this thing happens, what are the process? Step by step, let me guide you. All of you remember this. कभी भी कोई भी विचार अगर आपको परेशान कर रहा है, it's means draining you out. The first and foremost thing, close your eyes, create that problem in front of you. जो भी चल रहा है उसे देखो. The second thing that you do, what you do the next is, see what else is coming all around with it. It's a package, it's not alone. Because alone it does not have any entity. It is actually accumulation of all those things.
Correct.
Look at it until the main problem disappears. Because now you are focusing on the side things, means उसके साथ जो आए वो सारे चीजों के ऊपर फोकस कर रहे हो. So what happens? This main one is disappearing. Next, what you do? When those friends are all around, now start taking step by step behind. Can you see it is actually working much better now than the first time you did? Because the moment I say move away from that, even right now, the thought that you had, you are actually feeling that you are away from that torture or that terrifying thought that you might be having. Yes or no?
Yes.
ये विचार, ये कहते हैं, the more and more you practice that consciously, it will lose its power. Can I ask you one thing?
Yes.
Are you free from that thought right now for this moment? I don't say after 10 minutes. I'm saying right now, this moment.
Yeah. I am.
That's your power. Can you see? Because you were not working on that, it was prevailing. Because, and this is not just the way, there are ways to deal with it as well.
Actually, I have been working on it since so long,
Right?
trying out different ways, but as you said, ki no way is permanent over here.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say.
Before this, I've tried out maybe 4 to 5 ways which worked out right at the moment.
Yeah.
And whenever those methods came up, it was like आपने जैसे वो हार्ट एरिया पे काम किया था ना, and it came all of a sudden. I was just wondering how can I come over it, because that was causing intense pain within me.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, just one single word, one single thought, or one single sentence, and it felt like as though an entire body has been set on a different vibration put together. It slowly starts spreading from the heart to the entire body, as though now everything is getting cooled down. And then it actually detaches me from that problem completely. For that,
Yeah.
and whenever that came, it came as a cycle actually. It was persistent for 3 to 4 days. I was very happy that those things were working. But from the fifth day, I don't know how those things again triggered, and again set of events again start.
Right. So that means it is keep on coming. So we have to have, वो कहते हैं ना कि there are so many diseases in this world. We need a solution for that. We have a medication for it. That's where I
Yes,
say, just hold on, give me some time. Might not more, might be few more days. So I'll provide a solution for all.
sure, definitely. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much.
Until then, keep this practicing.
Sure.
देखो किसी भी चीज के साथ आ सकती है ना, सेम वे से आप उससे डिटैच हो सकते हो, just the same way, because it is all here and this has to be treated.
Correct.
Rather than saying it treated, I would say trained. That would be better way.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
many of you are feeling a little bit like lighter now, at least? The heaviness that you carried, my goodness. And I have a question for all actually. So, oh, so you were there were a few more questions. I would like to take it the next time. Okay. So you can come back with your questions. I will love to answer those as well. But like my ways are never the same.
Yeah.
So now the question for all of us is, I have a very tight schedule during the Navratri. But shall we still do the Navratri sadhana in the morning? It would be like 5 to 7. And you people are lucky and tough for me. It is 10 days this time. Because many people are starting it on Monday itself. कलश स्थापना सोमवार के दिन ही कर रहे हैं. हालांकि देर रात में जाके वो मुहूर्त बन रहा है, लेकिन लोग सोमवार के दिन ही शुरू कर रहे हैं उसको. So what I am thinking is, let's see like what her wish is, if things work out. So we'll have the first day कलश स्थापना कर देंगे, because timing वही है, 6 बज के कुछ मिनट है. I have noted it down. I'll just check that. 8 बजे के अंदर का है. So पहले दिन, the first day of the 10 days, we will do only the कलश स्थापना. दूसरे दिन से नवरात्र की देवियों के हिसाब से करना शुरू कर देंगे. So it will start from 22nd, go up until 1st, because 2nd is Dashera. So shall we do that or not? Because my schedule is, my goodness. I was thinking of not doing it. Now let me see. So what do you suggest, all of you? You can type the message, or if anybody has anything to say, they can raise your hand and I can just allow it to. Okay. Morning 5 to 7. हरि भाई किधर है? हरि भाई, are you there? Okay, so I am seeing the messages anyways. So how many yes are coming, how many no's are coming in that, that's what I'm counting. Okay, yes, yes, yeah. So shall I take these folded hand emoticons as yes? मतलब समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है कि कृपा करके करे या कृपा करके ना करे, ये समझ नहीं आ रहा मुझे. Yes, morning, 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 please. Anytime. Now, if I do it, I will do it in the morning only. There is no other way to do that because I don't have a certain timing fixed in the evening time. So morning time. Let's see how things go. Okay. So if things happen within a day or two, you will be seeing all the things posted by Haribhai. So we'll see. So all the questions I will answer before, like we'll have a short meeting before, if everything is settled down. So we'll have a short meeting before that so that I can answer all the queries that you might be having. कब किया जाए, कैसे किया जाए, whether it can be done or not be done, if you will be able to do that or not. So all those things we will discuss some other time because it's already late in the night. Okay. So thank you, everyone. I don't know how many of you got my answers today, but I feel like it was too complicated because I never use those kind of things to answer. But might be at times the statement that I wrote today, confusion will lead to questioning and questioning will bring clarity. And exactly why I believe, like that's why I created that poster, I believe. So this might bring questions. Sunday is Mahalaya. So if Sunday is Mahalaya, I will see like whether I'll be able to take the session or not, because thereafter from Monday, we will constantly have the session if we are going on with the Mahasakti Sadhana. And this time I'm planning a little different. Let's see how things are coming up. क्योंकि कथाएं तो चलेगी, उसकी उसकी कथाएं नहीं सुनोगे तो कैसे? So you all know the story, but the more and more you listen to the story, it feels more and more connected to that. Okay. So thank you for your time and for your questions and for your efforts. I performed housewarming this year. I mean, entered a new home. Okay. ये मैसेज किस में आया? Okay. People who have performed housewarming this year entered a new home. Can they still do Tarpan and Mahalaya? Because you have entered into a new home. Because new home, when you have entered, you must have done the puja. Now you have to check अगर पितृ पूजा हुआ है कि नहीं कि उसके अंदर. If it has been done, it is not needed. So how would you know? You have to ask the might be the priest who conducted the worship there. So you just have to check with them once. Because कई सारे प्रथाओं में it's different, दीपिका जी, for different people. कहीं कहीं पे वो पितरों का स्थान बनता है और पितरों की पूजा कर दी जाती है. So you don't need to do that. Just in case, you can just contact them and they can guide you. If I knew what process was done, I could have told you. But it won't be right without knowing it. Okay. Thank you. So there have been many other questions actually. Okay. Okay. 4:30 to 6:30. 4:30 to 6:30. Let's see what works. 4:30 to 6:30 or 5 to 7 or 4 to 6. Okay. So whatever happens, we'll see. कर ही लोगे कैसे भी, कुछ ना कुछ जुगाड़ तो कर ही लोगे आप लोग. Okay, so thank you, Haribhai. If you are there, please take over. And sure, some things are going to be unveiled very soon. सो ऑल बी देयर। सो आप लोगों का सपोर्ट का जरूरत पड़ेगा उस सारी चीजों के लिए। सो भी तैयार रहना उस सब के लिए, ठीक है। Something amazing are coming. Amazing, not one, many are coming actually, I can say. And we are trying to launch at least one on Dashera itself. Okay. So thank you. See you again soon. And till we meet again, don't lose your track. साधना करो। और ये नवरात्र की साधना हमारे साथ हो ना हो, रास्ता तो हम बता देंगे, आपकी साधना चलनी चाहिए। Okay. So meet you soon all. Till then, Am Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, हर हर महादेव, बोलो बांके बिहारी लाल की जय, बोलो राधा रमण लाल की जय, बोलो राधा रानी की जय।